Welcome back to an episode of Wrestling Around, where this week we're doing SummerSlam 2022. Christ, that was almost hard to say that one. Jesus Christ, what an opening.
Who's introducing Terry Peters? What's
I
going
know,
on?
put my teeth back in. Oh, Christ, throne. I'm emotional. England have just won the Euros. And I know it's women's, people say it don't count, but I think it's the closest I'll ever get to watching an England football team win something.
Yeah,
right then, joining me.
Back after fucking 2 minutes, fucking dickhead.
What?
Right.
I hate
Right,
Southgate,
sorry.
he's shite.
Wait,
Sorry?
Southgate out.
It's only goes to a semi and a major final, isn't
Yeah, isn't it?
He's
He's only been the best coach for the last 30 odd years.
Nah, fuck him. Southgate out.
We're celebrating women winning the Euros. That was great for women, great for the women's game. And then doing everything.
Yeah.
You blocked him. I was going to introduce him.
Yeah. No, it's Aaron. Introduce Aaron first.
I was going to say him, yeah.
Might be himself.
He's also wearing a Hooters t-shirt, which is what I was getting at. Terry Peters is putting women's wrestling and women's everything. Women's race back 40 years.
No, congratulations to England.
The world famous Terry Peters, how are we doing?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Why do you hate women?
I don't hate women. Congratulations. I hate Southgate.
Well, what's with the Hooters t-shirt?
I found it in the wardrobe this afternoon because I got a bit sweaty this morning. So I changed, picked it out, put it on. Cool.
Where do you even buy that from?
Prague. Hooters in Prague.
Yeah, I've got one from Prague as well.
See.
Have you got one, Luke? Put yours on.
I've not got one. No.
Did you not buy one when we went?
No, because but I'm annoyed at the Hooters in Prague.
Do you want to see what it says on the back? There's two in Prague. Zone 1 and Zone 2.
Which one did we go to?
Zone 1, the more expensive one.
Of course we did. There you go.
Hooters makes you happy.
But yeah,
Yep.
I ordered a regular steak, and then the woman was like, "Did you say large steak?" And I instinctively said yes. Had to pay for it. No, I just had to pay more, didn't I? It's fine. Good amount. But...
Not as bad as my steak story. Went to, I think, Oyster Catcher.
Oh no!
Yeah, went there. They went. How do you want? They went. How do you want your steak? I went, I'll have it rare. Oh, you can only have it well done. I went, why are you asking me then if I can only have it well done?
I remember that I was there.
Yeah,
so because it's already cooked and it's getting microwaved.
Well, it's probably. But I just thought if you could only have it well done, why even ask me?
Wanted like a little 2-ounce one there, so it was like.
Well, it started out as 5, but yeah, as Ross says, when they microwave it, it's a very well done. It shrinks as well, doesn't it?
That takes all the moisture out, doesn't it? Right. Joining me as well is a world-class wrestling journalist, Aaron. Aaron, how are we doing?
Very well today. I feel like I'm well rested.
Good. Did anybody stay up for SummerSlam?
Yeah.
I fell asleep in the first match.
I got
Nice.
an hour and 40 minutes done.
Whole damn thing.
Of course. So your notes are going to be absolutely all over the place. Yeah.
I've not made any notes.
It doesn't even surprise me.
Just enjoyed it tonight. I probably made as much as I do on as the usual basis.
I can't get disappointed anymore because I'm just always disappointed.
Well, I was disappointed with your performance on Fall Guys last night.
Come on. It wasn't. No, a lot of them wasn't my fault. Some of them were. Let's just say I reckon 30% was probably me going out, which is slightly above what it should be. But some of that was because Lou just started bashing me about.
No, there was one Ross by accident, not sure. But I think it's because you gave the big ones, didn't you, beforehand? Oh, this. But,
Best, yeah. Well, I was, I said yesterday, I was brilliant or rubbish. There was absolutely zero in between. Yeah. Joining me as well, Lou, how are you doing?
I'm all right, yeah. Good. Good, thanks, Ross. Just slept in, I think.
What time did you get up on?
About 11ish. Not too bad. Yeah.
Is that the t-shirt that you're wearing?
Available on restaurantshop.com.
Yeah.
He's wrong there. Aaron Franklin. It's not actually available on restaurantshop.com. Yeah, but one day.
One day. Give us your bits and it'll be ready, yeah.
Give us your bits, yeah.
And Bob Roode.
Glorious.
Yeah, nice.
No, he's a bit annoyed rest to be he's not going to say that today.
Why is he annoyed?
Well, he wasn't on the SummerSlam card, was he?
No, but should he have been?
Yeah, he's a glorious guy, isn't he? I've seen Brock and Roman 1,000 times. Roman versus Bob Roode? Yes, please.
Imagine it's the exact same match, but it was Bob Roode instead of Brock Lesnar.
Big improvement.
How good would that have been?
Cowboy Bob Roode.
Yes, that's
There
what we
we go.
need.
It's like Beer Money Inc. all over again.
Exactly. The new Beer Money Inc. with Brock Lesnar and Bob Roode.
That's just two Bob Roodes.
Just two Bob Roodes.
He's doing both sides. He's doing the cowboy and the business guy. I don't know.
Like that guy, you know, when they like paint after
So he's
this
Cameron
in the
Grimes.
music video. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
Right then. SummerSlam 2022, July 30th, yesterday, as of recording. Is this going out Wednesday or Monday?
Tuesday. No,
Tuesday.
I'll try and get out. I'll try and get out Monday. I'll
Try and get out
No
Monday.
guarantees. I guess people are, won't they?
A week on Monday, is it?
Yep. Is that the Nissan? Is that the Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee? 48,000 people there. Obviously, a solid. What, are you going to dispute that?
Yeah, I am. Brian Alvarez said it was not.
Well, how does he know?
Have you
He
seen
he stands at the door and counts everyone.
Counts them in.
Have you seen how many the stadium actually holds in general? Though it's about 69,000.
Nice.
Yeah,
they never opened the.
I was going to say, I usually think. Was it only one stand? Right, that makes a bit more sense. I thought it just seemed a little bit low because usually they're there or thereabouts, aren't they, with the capacity?
Yeah, no, they
but that makes a little bit more sense.
That WrestleTix Twitter page, they said it's all 39,000, but they don't include boxes apparently because they can't be counted.
Right. So where does what's his face get his information from then?
Brian
Alvarez on the ticket website, I think.
Yeah, they're quite.
And also, to be fair, the pre-show did say it was just over 39,000. So,
what do you think? Kane's a liar?
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen Kane's Twitter?
Yeah.
No.
Done.
I don't follow it for a reason. Right then, the opening video package, strong as always.
Whoa. We're just talking on the menu. Come on.
Oh, right. Yeah, I didn't actually think you'd be ready.
I'm ready.
I've also got a gripe once you've finished.
Oh God.
Go on.
You're going to ask the question as well. I can't just.
Sorry. What were these? I don't. Well, we don't know how many people were there.
Alleged.
What were these people eating?
Oh, we're still eating a lot, right? Look at these concession stands. We've got the Bent Buckle Barbecue, classic hits. One just called Jack Daniels, local chefs, Party Foul, Slim and Husky's Pizza, Martin's Barbecue Joint, the Nash Grill. Get it? It's Nashville.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
Puckett's Trolley. Don't know what that is. The Coop. Yeehaw Brewing Co.
That sounds good.
The Cumberland River Grill.
That just sounds
Grab
like
and
a
go.
sausage.
Snack stand / beverages. That's the one in it, really. That's where you get your good stuff.
That's nachos and Coke, isn't it?
Snack stand. Well, I won't even Coke with it. Fucking Dr. Pepper. It's there.
Not one with Dr. Pepper.
3-star chicken, which I don't know why you would advertise it as that. 3-star chicken.
3-star. Is that have you just insulted Tennessee's national flag?
Yeah, so we'll have to get the Franklin Reigns on that one because 3-star seems a little low.
Above average chicken.
The Tennessee General. Oh my God, there's loads. Yeah, big stadium, isn't it? Well, it's a big NFL stadium, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's good venue. I enjoyed looking at it. Nice.
I would have liked to have gone if it was a WrestleMania.
Yeah, it seems all right, Nashville, doesn't it? A lot of neon.
I did ask my partner if we could maybe go to Nashville on our honeymoon because it looks amazing as part of our
Is that
honeymoon.
where Dollywood is?
Yeah, close enough, isn't it? Tennessee.
Yeah. How big's Tennessee?
Pretty big.
You can't go to Tennessee and not go to Dollywood, can you?
I guess we could go.
Don't know. Let's Google where Dollywood is, Wes.
Is it in Tennessee? It's down there, isn't it? Right, while you're doing that, you got the video package. Strong as always. Oh, sorry, Peters. You have a gripe. What's your gripe?
The way they pronounce Nissan.
Yeah, it's fucking infuriating to be fair.
Because they were going Nissan. Where's the N-E? It's N-I. Nis. Not knee. N-I. Nis.
And Jimmy Smith kept calling it Nissan Arena.
Yeah. But I think that's my gripe. The way they pronounce Nissan.
How do the Japanese pronounce it?
Don't know.
But it's a Japanese company, isn't it? So
we probably need to stop before we start getting Lubin.
Oh yeah, good job that wasn't streamed.
Yeah, Compare into a bean. Just good job. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to move on quickly. It will take you 3 hours, 19 minutes drive from the Nissan Stadium to Dollywood.
Nissan.
In Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Where doing then?
Just outside of Knoxville, which is where Kane is the mayor. So, yeah.
Where doing, I reckon, then.
Yeah, if you want.
How can you can't, you've got to go, haven't you?
I've definitely got the wrong Dollywood on Google Maps. Because I've ended up in an industrial building site.
Yeah, I think so.
But if you go anywhere else, you go to Memphis. Surely you'd go to Memphis if you go to Tennessee.
See, I think Memphis would be quite cool as well.
That'd be better, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, but right. So my aim of the trip would be to go to Dollywood.
All right.
So where would we best go into Memphis or would
Why does this guy love Dollywood so much? Right. So what I'd do is I'd start in Memphis.
Because Dolly Parton's an absolute queen.
She's alright, isn't she?
Right. Let's not say something else that you regret saying.
No, she did did some things for kids in Rotherham. Good. You could start in Memphis first. And it's like, hang on, where would you go to Memphis? You go to that big fishing shop, wouldn't you?
No, go to the King's restaurant.
Yeah, Jerry Lawler's House of Chinese Food.
Yeah.
Jerry Lawler. No, I don't think that exists. King Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Grill.
That's the one.
And right, okay, so that's going to take you totally. If you go from Memphis, specifically from Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Grill to Dollywood via Nissan Stadium, 6 hours 29 minutes. So it's right in the middle. Equidistant. Good little road trip there. Yeah.
What an underrated word equidistant is, by the way.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shall we get on with SummerSlam?
Yeah, go on.
Now you finish flapping your gums. The video package strong as always, and then we've got the commentary team on Michaels Cole, sole representative for SmackDown, Jim Smith, Barry Saxon on Raw, and then Corey Graves is doing everything.
Did not like
purely
this.
for Aaron's benefit, I think.
I fucking hate him.
Is anyone sick of him now? I know you are, Aaron, clearly, but is anyone else sick of him? Because I used to not mind him, and now I'm really bored of him.
I liked him on NXT because I used to hear him every 3 months on a takeover.
And now you hear him like every goddamn week.
Yeah.
By the choice of having no legs or listening to Corey Graves, I think I would choose no legs.
These choices get stranger every week.
The thing for me is, he says the same thing every single week. Not you, Aaron, Corey Graves.
Wow.
Whoa. It's on a t-shirt. He's got it now.
It's just the way that I said that. Then it just sounded like I was having to go at you then, Aaron. Corey Graves, he just says the same thing every week. I'm going home to bang my hot wife. We get it, you're married to Carmella. Shut up. Yeah. No one cares.
Someone's got to do it, aren't they?
What? Bang on about Carmella or bang Carmella?
And bang Carmella.
I would rather Corey Graves be on both than Byron Saxton because he's. Yeah, I genuinely think he does WWE 2K22 live because that's all. It's just sound bites, isn't he? Yeah. That's how he speaks.
Byron Saxton talks in like a buzzword salad. It's just weird. There you go. It's like a wrestling buzzword salad. That is Byron Saxton.
I will say that Graves is slightly better when he doesn't have Saxton.
Yeah.
Because he's not saying, shut up, Saxton, every 2 seconds, which is really annoying.
But if there's one thing I would do under the Triple H era, it would be revamp the commentary, the Raw commentary too.
Just get rid of them all.
We're all established now that, the internet is, anyway, we're all agreed on the internet that Michael Cole is in fact the greatest commentator of all time.
I've seen a lot of things today saying that he's done the best out of it, which no one expected.
The biggest...
Except for me. So, did I not say this last week on the show?
Yeah, you did.
He will benefit. You're welcome.
Well,
I spoke to him.
It goes back to that when he did the inaugural British tournament. He was very good on there, wasn't
he? Yeah.
But you know, if you get rid of Corey Graves, that means you're going to get Nigel McGuinness.
Bring back Tom Phillips or Mauro.
Yeah, bring back Booker T.
No, don't bring back Booker T because it's not. It'd be funny for the first half an hour, but he's fucking awful.
Who would you rather have, Booker T or Dio Madden?
No, leave Booker on the pre-shows. Just doing this pre-show stuff. I go, yeah, juggy, quack, whatever he does. Let him do that. They go, yeah, it's right, and just say something fucking random.
Right,
don't get him on commentary.
Right,
bring the king back.
I'm gonna ask Luke a question. You've got to pick 3 to build the Raw commentary booth out of these people: Booker T, JBL, Corey Graves, Byron Saxton, Adnan Blake, Dio Madden.
Well, I've got to pick 3 out of them.
Yeah,
Beth Phoenix.
I don't mind Beth Phoenix.
I thought JBL was all right, so you'd be
in. So JBL.
Yeah.
You need the play-by-play guy.
You need the play-by-play.
You have to put Adnan there.
The Verkman's in.
Oh, Mike Adamley.
Well, he's all right on it, but yeah, serious brain trauma.
Yeah.
Affects his will to speak.
So Adnan Verk, JBL.
Who's the other ones?
Josh Matthews.
He just have a nosebleed, wouldn't he?
I don't know where he is now because it's not in TNA anymore, is it?
Who did I say then? Graves, Booty Saxton, Booker T, and there's somebody else at King.
Yeah, I just fucking put the King in there. It's fine.
Right, okay.
For now, but yeah, no, I think we should give someone else a go. I don't think Booker T is the answer. If Booker T is the answer, I'm worried about what the question is.
Wade Barrett, would you give him a go?
Yeah, I'd give him a go.
Yeah, you could do, yeah.
He
won't be able to go with another heel. He's a bit like a heely guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He likes to be like, yeah, man, I'm a heel all the time.
I just have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 is underrated, to be fair, in modern terms.
Pat McAfee and Cole seem to get away with it, don't they? It's good.
Sometimes 3 can get a bit convoluted because, like,
you end Raw's up with always had 3, hasn't it? Even back in the day when I used to have JR, King, and Joey Styles, or Coach.
Well, before that, it was just King and JR, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but when it's been the dual brand.
Oh, when it's been the 3,
always had 3.
But when it was good, like 2, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right then, obviously no Pat McAfee because he has a match later on. The first match then is a Raw match. Michael Cole barely does anything anyhow, does he? He got like 2 matches on the card. The first match is a Raw match. It's the Raw Women's title match. It's Becky Lynch, the challenger, against Bianca Belair, the champion. A rematch of the SummerSlam 2021, where Bianca Belair got screwed.
What was it, 26 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe that was a year ago, by the way.
Well, yeah, long-term says we do the long-term booking. Big Time Bex has been back since then. What did we think of this then as an opening match?
I liked it. I thought it was a really good opening match.
Yeah.
Strong opener for me.
I had to rewatch it from the start, but yeah, very, very, very good match.
Only because you fell asleep.
Yeah.
Not because
they're just really good together, aren't they, these 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're both stars, aren't they? That's the thing. They're both just stars.
Yeah. It feels like a world title match, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, it feels like on the level of the men's world title matches.
Yeah.
It feels a big match, doesn't it, every time they're together?
Yeah.
And I don't mind them opening with a world title match.
I quite like it. I quite like opening with
I think if you have a strong
important match,
if you have a strong title match to open with, it's a good way to get the show going.
Well, you've got 4 titles, haven't you? So only one can last.
The thing is, if you put them all in a row, people might get a bit bored of seeing a title match.
Mm-hmm.
It sets it off for me. It sets it off on a nice upward trajectory.
I think it does, only if the babyface wins there. I don't think you want a heel losing the opening match if it's a championship match. I think
it'd be interesting then if we try and take account of how many titles, championship matches, open pay-per-views, and how many heels win.
Yeah, give the crowd a lift.
Bianca Belair is in her hometown, home state.
Mm-hmm.
Came out dressed like the
Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
The American football team.
Yeah.
A very, very good match. Fighting all over in the timekeeper area. Right, I wrote it here because it was really annoying me. And I know she's Big Time Bex, but what was up with them knee pads?
Just like funky gear, doesn't she?
Yeah, but I don't know. They just seemed like they were getting in the way. So they just annoyed me all the way through.
Really she's had them before, hasn't she? Because they were originally it was like a Scarlet Witch type thing on it. She had them Survivor Series when it was all red.
Did she have them that year that we went to Mania? In that when she was like dressed in that real big.
No, that was when she was all steampunky, wasn't
it? Yeah. I didn't know she had them during steampunk or not.
Yeah,
they're not really knee pads, are they? They're boot extensions or something.
Extensions. Kick pads.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
they're not kick pads. They're just big boots. Gotta be knee. at the front.
But they flop about, don't they?
Or points in it, yeah.
They just really annoyed me.
Yeah.
But good stuff in the match. There's a KOD to Becky Lynch outside, which just looks like it hurt. And then a Spanish fly from Bianca Belair.
What does KOD stand
amazing.
for?
I don't know.
Knockout summit.
Knockout drop.
Might be.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Knockout driver.
I was just wondering last night, what does it actually mean?
And then there's a Spanish fly, which looked incredible. And then a KOD from Belair to win 15 minutes. Before we get into the shenanigans at the end, nice little handshake.
Yeah, sure, respects. 10 Becky face, do we think?
Oh, yeah, 100%. But what a strong finish, I thought. Like, there was no ambiguity, which annoys me later on in the show. It was just straight up, she's better. She's just won.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic, actually. Just
good end to the story.
The feud, you can't go anywhere now, can it? Bianca's better. That's what they've established in that storyline.
Yeah.
And
it's finished.
What I was worried about is just what happens to Bianca now and the storyline, but obviously we know, which we'll get to in a minute. But I was worried of where does this now go, because I was looking at it at that point and thinking, who realistically can actually challenge that title now?
Well, you'll find out.
But obviously, we'll find out. But do you know what I mean? Before that, I was thinking, where does this go now?
Is Bianca Belair solidified then as the top female face?
No.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The mad thing is, she's only 33 and Becky Lynch is only 35 as well.
I thought she was younger than that.
Which one?
Bianca Belair.
I'd have had her in the 20s, yeah.
I would have had her in the 20s.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah, well done.
Looking so good, yeah.
Yeah,
probably she's 45, so she's got a good, strong career ahead of her.
It probably must be about 48 now. You've been saying he's 45 for so long.
Oh boy.
Right then. So there is a handshake at the end, and then Becky Lynch doesn't leave, so I knew something was going to happen. Because she just didn't leave, did she? She just sat in the commentary team.
Me and Lou thought she was injured.
I think she was injured. She looked like she definitely separated the shoulder. There's a spot in the match where she landed awkwardly on it.
And she was holding it.
And then she even had to check with her hand, didn't she? Which I know is really good selling, but I don't think you would do if it was. I think she must legitimately got hurt.
I assume that's why she was hanging about, because I thought she was having some treatment done on it.
Yeah.
Before we get to the end bit, we haven't had the Franklin Star rating.
No, match. Gotta wait.
We're waiting for the segment, right? Okay.
Yeah. You know, I'm a storytelling man.
Right.
I like my storytelling. So
there's a handshake. Bianca Belair carries on celebrating, and then we get Bayley, and she returned. She's gone away. She got about 8 more pockets. And then I'm glad she's come back as a heel.
Utility trousers. What more? What's wrong with them?
I love heel Bayley. Heel Bayley is best for me.
Oh god, yeah, it'd have been awful 100%. If it was just the
hug up again.
Well, she can't go back to that. She's going to be a babyface again. She's got to be something else. She can't go back to that Bayley.
No, it's got like a cool babyface now. If she does become babyface, yeah. So
Bayley returns. The runway, well, not the runway. The what's it called? Entrance ramp. Was massive anyhow, wasn't it?
It's about 10 miles long.
It reminded me of Royal Rumble 2022. Fucking hell. Royal Rumble 2020.
Yeah,
when they were at the baseball field, when it sort of wasn't straight and it went off on the side. It reminded me of that. What's the one where
it takes Mark Henry about 10 years to run down it? Where was that?
Was that Royal Rumble one? Yeah.
Was that just a regular one?
That could be any of them, to be
honest. It
wasn't. It was like when we were sorry about that Raw before Mania. Who was it? He was running behind about 10 yards behind everyone else. Was it Mark Henry in that beatdown? Was it Big Show?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
There was a Royal Rumble. They did it in like Alamo Dome, didn't they? And it was they had to, for the big lads, they had cars taking them down. They didn't show on screen, but they had cars taking them down. So it was taking them ages apparently. Yeah, and there was that WrestleMania one where Cena says it to me. This is going to be a long run. He runs to the end.
Nothing will beat Charles Robinson's run to the ring.
So after about 5 minutes, Bayley gets halfway down, shouting. Don't give her a microphone, which I thought was strange.
I quite liked it though.
I didn't like Bianca Belair's reaction because she was just like buzzing that Bayley was back.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was a callback from SummerSlam last year because this is what she was doing with Becky and she lost. I don't know if that's what they were trying to hint at.
I felt as though it was the way that she was buzzing that Bayley was back because it's somebody else that she can beat.
No, I would look. I think she should have looked pissed off because she's just retained the title and someone's ruining their celebration.
Yeah.
And then
I get that.
Bailey brings out Dakota Kai.
Your favorite, isn't she,
She's
Ross?
back. Have I ever? Did I ever slag her off?
Yeah, when she got released, me and Lou were saying she should have come up, and I'm pretty sure you were real angry at us.
I don't think I was angry. I don't think she's as in the same caliber as some of the others.
Evans.
I think she's better. I think no. I think what I was probably getting angry was that because when someone
I think the issue is you're a big WWE mark who always defends them. I think that's the issue.
No, my issue is when someone gets released from WWE, everyone pretends they're the greatest wrestler in the world. Like when Curtis Axel gets released or something, everyone's like, "Oh my god, he needs to be world champion on every single other promotion now."
Who's Kurt Hennig's son? He'll wear it's Mr. Perfect's son. Kid Perfect, you call him.
He's shit, though, isn't he?
No, ridiculous. He should have been. He's still in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, he never. Yeah. Longest run ever in the Rumble.
Yeah. So that's Dakota Kai is. They don't have a secondary title, do they? But that's what level she is. I think.
So she was released on
well title level. That's why she's someone's lucky.
April 29th. So 3 months she's been gone.
And then she comes out, and then separately, Io Shirai comes out with Io Shirai graphics.
Yes.
But Corey Graves is 1,000 times Io Sky, and she's confirmed that on Twitter, hasn't she now?
Yeah, she has.
That is her new name. Not mad at that.
Well, she was something of the sky, wasn't she? I can't.
Queen of the Sky.
That was it.
So, genius.
It makes sense. That makes makes sense to the name change. So
they've got a copyright on it. People need to get over it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I get it if she was called like I don't know. She came out and she's called fucking Sandra. Like
Sandra Sky.
Sandra's here. You'd be like, okay, that's a shit name. But
and
if it's just like a random name to a random name.
EO's changed slightly as well, hasn't it? It's got
IYO now.
Yeah, but I'd say to me it makes sense as a name change. It goes in with the character that she was. Have people been bitching about it? I haven't actually.
Yeah.
Have they?
Everyone was like, "Oh, I thought this was going to stop now. Triple H is in charge," but it's the corporate machine, isn't it?
Mm. I think the thing is, I don't think it'll be as much as what it was, but to me, it's barely a name change. It was like Raquel Gonzalez to Raquel Rodriguez.
Speaking of name changes, so Bobby Lashley is 46, but his first name is actually Franklin.
Yeah, I knew that.
I didn't know that. It's Franklin
Lashley.
Franklin Roberto Lashley.
Roberto.
Oh, nice. Yeah, well done.
Yeah,
do you know what Bailey's first name is?
Pam.
Yeah, fuck you do know.
Pam.
Pamela.
Yeah.
Pamela Rose Martinez.
My God, it's Pam.
It's Pamela.
It's Pamela. Don't really have the same effect, does it? Neither does Franklin. You know.
What you saying?
Oh dear.
No, but as a
there's division in the wrestling around.
Slander.
Do you want to know what Dakota Kai's first name is?
What?
Cherie.
Cherie.
Yeah. Cheree.
Be amazing that it's Pam and Cherie. You gotta change names sometimes.
Well, I assume it's Cherie. Cheree.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah. Cherie, what the?
Cherie Blair. Imagine what a term for the books that would be. Georgina Crowley.
Cherie Crowley. Will never be WWE Women's Champion. Right then, so Io Shirai comes out, Io Sky, they all stand off. Bailey still hasn't got a microphone, but I don't think she needs one because she's shouting that loud.
What's the point of everyone?
They have a standoff, and then Becky Lynch joins in, and then they leave.
Yeah. I kept expecting Becky to turn on this, even though she just turned.
Yeah, I did. I expected her to attack, or Bianca Belair to turn around and punch Becky for some reason. But for me, you don't need to give Pamela a microphone, because then you can tune into Raw or SmackDown and see what she's got to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just don't like it where they're saying stuff and it picks up on the camera and then the people in the live crowd are like, what's going on? You know what I mean?
I get that, yeah.
I don't really bother me.
Did you expect a brawl or anything? Or is
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, but I was thinking they've established them as heels like immediately on it now.
Yeah, you know they're bad.
Yeah.
So what's the point in having them? Again, leave it and people see what happens.
So then, out of these 3 returns, or actually, no, we'll do the Franklin Star ratings first for the segment.
The whole match and segment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's your star rating. You make the rules.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. Is the whole package. I am 4.75.
Ooh, bloody hell.
I really enjoyed this as an opening match and the segment afterwards. It's just established Trips' creative going forward, hasn't it, really? Changes to come. He's kind of ended this storyline, right? This is my storyline now. I like that.
I felt this was very much the start of the press of the reset button.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a big fan of it too. Like you say, Aaron, this felt very Triple H-y.
Out of the 3 returns, then, who were we most excited for?
Io Shirai.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think she's the most talented out of all 3.
Only because I think we've seen her. We know what she can do on NXT, and I'm really excited to see her do it on the main roster now.
And she's a very underrated heel. I think she's better as a heel than she's as face.
Also, her music is banging. I've listened to that about 4 times today.
Yeah, it is good music. It's generic. I'm sure it's generic stock music.
It probably is, but I just like the bass line. I think it's really good.
Yeah, I always get confused with Kelly Reyes, even though she's got a completely different one now. But I thought she was coming out for a brief period.
I'm excited to see what this team's called as well.
Oh, Alba Fire now.
Pam. Pam, Cherie, and Masamai.
He's called Leo, isn't she?
Masamai. M-A-S-A-M-I.
Yeah. But yeah, it was nice that it was Triple H just giving a nice. I was gonna say a wink and a nod. It was more than that one. It was just him going, "Fuck yeah, this is mine now."
Here's one. Then would this have happened under Vince McMahon?
No,
100% not. It's the whole point of it, wasn't it?
Yep.
So I mean, that's why he did it, really, to make it.
if it was Vince, Becky would have won.
Yeah. But also, Fightful had apparently said that someone did pitch this stable to Vince.
And he rejected it, didn't he?
Like, no, that's why they were doing damn matches a few months ago. But I'm more excited about Dakota Kai, not just because Dakota Kai I think is really good, got a lot of upside, but she actually left, didn't she? Like,
yeah, she got released.
She was just going to not sign.
She was going to
and then she's re-signed, but she never actually left the company. We still don't know if she's re-signed. Apparently, WWE officials have just gone, well, it looks like she has to fight for.
Yeah, I mean, you'd guess so, wouldn't you? Because I think it was due to expire in August, was it?
Yeah.
And let's be honest, it would be pretty dropping the ball if she hasn't signed and just gone and brought her out straight away.
Silly. It would be, but they've done weirder stuff in NXT recently, haven't they? With people having big matches like the week before they leave. But
well, they built up Aleister Black for God knows how long.
And just released him like the week after he did.
Yeah.
But I just think it's exciting because it means that Triple H will be a few. Obviously, we know he did it with Samoa Joe. Well, he can't do it twice, can he? Because the first time he got released, he rang him up and took him to NXT.
I think
a lot of people out there haven't signed for AEW yet. Who they may be on the cusp of signing for AEW or signing for Impact on New Japan.
Are you signposting towards Mr. Johnny Gargano?
Oh, I think he's a given.
Yeah.
He's an absolute given. But I'm thinking even people maybe like Braun Strowman or Killer Cross. Or
yeah, I think Killer Cross.
Killer Cross is a big Triple H guy, isn't he?
There were rumours the other week, I think, that he could possibly be coming back. So I think again.
Who are you?
I think the roster's crying out for someone like Braun Strowman again.
Yeah,
haven't got many big lads.
Omos is your only big lad, isn't it? And we all know.
I think he's going to be not seen on.
100%. But I felt this made it exciting again to watch. Not to watch WWE, but it made it exciting to think you actually don't know what could happen week by week by week now. Because I think you'll see quite a few people turning up over the next few months.
I think Raw's going to be like a Mania after Mania, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they have been doing that recently with SummerSlam. But have you seen what Tony Khan has said? He said a lot of these people have signed 3-4 year contracts with me. I'm not going to make it easy for them to leave.
Yeah, but who's got more money?
Which is weird, isn't it? Because he kept going on about people being held hostage to contracts and stuff.
Yeah,
and now he's doing exactly the same.
That's the way it is. I do wonder if people like Adam Cole in particular are thinking, fucking hell.
I think
Adam Cole's there till 2027,
I think. Right?
Yeah. But I mean,
I think Undisputed Era must think we have fucking messed this up.
Yeah, I think, do you know another one potentially though? Keith Lee.
William
Regal. I know
he's
he's just been given a title.
He got released, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think the Adam Cole one, he actively chose to leave. That's why I think he'll be like, oh shit.
Same with Bobby Fish got released, but Kyle O'Reilly chose not to as well. No?
Yeah. I was having a look earlier at AEW contracts, and the only one they really know when he signed till is Cole, which is 2027. But again, Tony Khan's under the mantra of I'm not releasing people. But if people come to him and say, "Look, I want to go," is he going to hold? And is he going to pay him to sit there for 4 years?
It'll be interesting to see. I don't think Adam Cole will do it yet because I don't think Adam Cole will. But like the whole Mustafa Ali thing, where he's very publicly saying he wants his release, and it's like very interesting to see if an AEW person does that.
You've got Gresham doing it right now.
Yeah,
Brian Cage. I'm not suggesting that Brian Cage would sign for W, but he's been one, and then he extended his contract clause, didn't he, for another year?
MJF's working it.
Yeah, it is. But you've got
stupid work at this point if it is, because they've had no one on telly for like the last 3 or 4 weeks,
But MJF's like the one that realistically is the big star that could go across next.
Yeah.
Is it next year?
2024.
Interesting to see it because
I think the given now, 100% the given is Jericho going back. 100%. No doubt about it. Jericho is going back now.
I think he would have done it.
Well, is Minu going to be in Philadelphia?
In 2024.
Yeah.
2024. So he's an ECW original.
Yeah.
Is that when Jericho's going in?
Give him he'll get the Hall of Fame. That'll be how he comes back, I think. I don't think he'll come back as a full-time wrestler.
No,
he'll come back at Angle style.
On the Legends deal.
They'll announce his, sign for the Hall of Fame, and he's going to...
I think he'll have a run, though. He'll have
a few matches, I think, but I think he'll come back. Like, that's how they'll announce he's back in WWE. I don't think he'll turn it randomly on Raw. He might do, but I think they'll just announce him as a Hall of Fame.
I'll tell you
Jericho's an authority figure?
I'd be up for that.
No, but sure. I think we should get rid of authority figures now.
Jericho on comms.
Maybe. If he calms down a bit, it's a bit much on Rampage.
Put him on Raw, and he's probably better than all them three anyway, as he is now.
But if he's not going to go back in the ring, he doesn't need to promote himself, does he?
Yeah.
But similarly, in WWE, how does this affect people like who worked with Triple H for quite a long time? Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, that sort of talent.
So, Ross, I know you've watched
even
part
Ezekiel
of it.
To an extent.
Yeah, I know, Ross, you'd watched part of it. You finished watching the Broken Skull session now.
I haven't.
Sami Zayn.
No.
So Sami Zayn's saying in there, I'm quite happy. Obviously, I'd love to win it, but I'm quite happy if I don't ever win the big one. But I could see him winning the big one now. Maybe not in the near future, but at some point, I think under Triple H, I could see him with a world title.
I think Sami Zayn is perfect to win Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
I think his character at the minute is so perfect and suited to stealing the title with Money in the Bank. It's like Edge, do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I can't think of anybody better to have Money in the Bank than Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I think he'll do well. I think a lot of those NXT guys will.
Yeah, because they weren't in before, and like I said, I think it'll give their careers a bit of a shot in the arm.
Yeah,
not that they needed it, but I think it just gives them a bit of a new dimension, a new path, doesn't it?
Well, as we'll get onto at the end, there needs to be a changeover at the top, don't they?
Yeah. We'll get there.
But we'll get there. Right, the next match then. We've got The Miz against Logan Paul. This is after the fallout from WrestleMania. Miz comes out with Maurice and Ciampa. This match, Logan Paul then, right? Before we'll just do the match as well. Where do we see Logan Paul in terms of celebrity? I guess is he count as a celebrity wrestler now because he's part of WWE?
Yeah, I'd still count him as a celebrity wrestler. In essence of...
Is he the best ever celebrity? Because I up until Logan Paul came in, I would have said it was Bad Bunny. But Logan Paul's better, a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. Logan Paul's unbelievable.
I think he just gets it.
Yeah, a bit disrespectful to Jeremy Piven, yes, to be honest. But,
Jeremy Piven ever wrestle?
No.
Well, but did one Rosie O'Donnell on Raw one week as well?
Well, you're all wrong.
Yes.
It's the greatest. Because the greatest celebrity wrestler of all time is none other than Jay Leno.
Yeah, it took down Hogan with a wrist lock. Like, can't deny him on that.
For some reason, I thought he was going to say Pete Rose.
Yeah, there's David Arquette as well. I mean, David Arquette won the fucking title, didn't he? And we just all forgetting about it. Which is,
so did Vince Russo.
I was watching Logan Paul in this, and I thought in a couple of years' time, I could see him with a mid-card title.
I think you should see him as a world champion, Ross, genuinely. I think it's going to happen if he takes it seriously.
I think what'll be interesting is to see where his next storyline goes and see who he ends up against.
I think
because the Miz, I'm not disregarding Logan Paul's ability and what he's done. It looks very good, but the Miz is quite a safe pair of hands, isn't he?
So that's why all these people get put with Miz. Because he's very safe.
Definitely. So I'm wondering who's his next one against and what is that going to look like?
Ziggler.
Well, he's just another safe
so
pair
he
of
did the
hands.
same thing again.
Yeah. No, and that's what I mean. If he and like I say, Logan Paul was brilliant. He looks really, really good and really competent in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
But if you put him in somebody that's maybe not as safe pair of hands as Miz, is he going to look as good? That's what I worry about.
Yeah, but I don't think there's not many people in WWE who are that green.
No.
I can't think of anybody on the active roster who's like not very experienced. Everyone seems to have been there a long while. And if they haven't been in WWE, they've been on the Indies.
Yeah,
Omos.
Omos versus Logan
Paul. Logan Paul versus Omos bucket trips.
Yeah, no, I think it's more I think we might see him like at the Big Four. Just doing matches now. I can't see him being like full time. But I could see him being world champion, to be honest, at this point.
Do you reckon he'll do the Big Four?
Yeah, he might do a few of the big ones. He might be at Cardiff. He might do the big stadium.
And he might be at Money in the Bank and stuff as well.
Yeah, but I don't think he'll do many. I don't think he's going to win a random tag match on Raw. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no.
Be on.
But it will be interesting to see where it goes. He'll probably come out on Raw every week and maybe do like a promo or something.
Like a Goldberg style contract.
Yeah.
I mean, credit to him though, because he was very impressive at WrestleMania. He's obviously gone away and trained because he was trying to get in every single move that I'd learned. And he's athletic, isn't he? He's just incredibly athletic.
Yeah, there's a hell of a spot at the end, wasn't it?
So we'll go through the match then. So first of all, he does a moonsault from the apron, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Then Ciampa gets kicked out, refuses to leave. AJ Styles moves it, plays.
This was fantastic.
And attacks Ciampa from the crowd, and then Ciampa gets thrown out through the crowd.
I like that as well because that's another Triple H thing going.
Yeah.
Don't worry about Ciampa. I've got something for him in it.
That was it. Pressing the reset button just that little bit further.
Because Ciampa's done nothing since coming up to main roster under Vince.
No, it was rumored to be in Judgment Day one day, and then that's it.
Ciampa didn't really want to go up to the main roster anyway, did he? But I think
he'll enjoy it now.
He said
his previous neck injury.
He did an interview over the weekend, and he said he basically changed his mind when NXT 2.0 came up, and he was like, "Well, I'm not going to be."
Yeah.
Originally he thought NXT was going to be the third brand, and then he said as soon as it changed, it's becoming more developmental again. Then he was like, "I might as well go to the main roster now because I'm going to get released anyway." Basically,
but I think he'll be fine now. I think he'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah, and apparently his neck is fine. Because originally, when he refused to go up, he said, "I only want the I've gone to the Undertaker."
I know. I usually sit in the blue queue, but come on,
I know. Yeah. So my TV screen saver was on. Picture the Undertaker's entrance just go from WrestleMania. There we go. But
so AJ Styles.
What was I saying? I lost the train of thought now.
What about Ciampa?
Yeah. So yeah, he apparently like a few years ago when he didn't want to go to the main roster because his like neck was hurting. But then when he had to have it fixed, he said he now feels completely fine and he could go on for 10 or 12 years. So yeah, he wants to run on the main roster
because he's not as old as you think, is he?
No, he's 37.
Yeah.
And then so he's obviously chased off. Then Logan Paul hits a phenomenal forearm, and I can't remember who said it. I'm assuming it was Corey Graves. Said it's not phenomenal. It was like a good forearm. Which I thought was actually quite funny. And then Logan Paul does a frog splash to the Miz through a goddamn announce table. Wins it after the skull crushing finale. 14 minutes. Is the next match then the Miz and Ciampa against Paul and AJ Styles?
Because the way they could sort of get around this, why is AJ Styles now involved? He's been training Logan Paul.
Yeah, well, that's what they're saying, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the way to do it, and then break off from there, the pair of them.
Even the Paul Styles feud.
Yeah, they might. They could do that tag match at Cardiff, couldn't they? Clash at the Castle, and then
Yeah.
See how it goes from there. If you want on a big,
and then
it's a big stadium show at the end of the day, isn't it?
And then you've got what's the next one, Survivor Series.
If he is going to be here full time, Logan Paul, that would be a good house show loop match.
Yeah,
that tag team match, wouldn't it?
Again, safe pair of hands, isn't it?
Yeah, you with arguably the best worker in the world, the Miz and Ciampa.
And then you've got AJ.
The way you said that, I thought you meant the best worker in the world was the Miz. Well, we all know it's the bald guy from the Revival. So.
Oh, you know where else Logan Paul will go, don't you?
Where?
The Saudi Arabia shows.
Yeah, probably.
Because Crown Jewel's coming up at the start of November, so he'll definitely be on that as well.
He's got 25 million subscribers or something, so
he'll be on those.
But will he want to do that? Is he not got enough business deals? Because The Rock and Cena don't do those ones for a reason. Is he got enough outside deals where he's like, I don't want to touch that?
I don't know.
That's why Cena doesn't do it anymore, isn't it?
I think he'll go personally.
Yeah. He's got an energy drink. He's got a podcast, hasn't he?
Yeah, but apparently Cena's movie guy, so you ain't going to Saudi Arabia, man. No.
But you're all right to apologise to China, but you can't go to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, not
to apologise to China.
Yeah.
Right then, Franklin Star rating for the Miz Logan Paul.
Never thought I would give Miz a high rating as this because I am not a Miz fan. However, 4.5.
Oh, big star. Absolutely big star.
I really enjoyed this match. And good storytelling again, which I'm a sucker for.
It was paced nicely, it was booked nicely.
And like we've been saying, Logan looks very impressive in the ring for a rookie.
Yeah. And the Miz must have confidence in him. He's letting him do, and on the frog splash, he turned in midair as well.
Yeah.
And it was a fucking hell of a distance as well. Like normally, like do you remember when we went to the Raw in Brooklyn? The Shane Man did one, and everyone was like, "Why is the announce table so close to the ring before that spot?" That wasn't moved. That wasn't. That was miles away.
I was quite surprised they did an announce table spot so early in the show as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, they rebuilt it.
They just rebuild it now, don't they? It's not like the good old days when you see the folding table out and
and then just
leave. They usually just sit there on the chairs, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were pissing ourselves, weren't they? They rebuilt it. We were like, right, is that it done for the rest of the show? And then they just rebuilt it in the ad break, didn't
they? Right then, so that was the second match. Then I'm guessing these were part of the Peacock thing, where they have a break or whatever.
Yeah, it's to do with the lower paid Peacock members, all the video packages.
Brock Lesnar video package, Roman Reigns video package, very good.
No, they're not good. Sick of them.
You know, well, I
it's better than seeing
reviews. So.
I get they've got to do them, and I get it's better than adverts, but I think they should do, like the backstage interviews that they put on, the YouTube and stuff. I think you should get them if you're paying, because if it doesn't make a difference to us. But if you're paying for that and no adverts, you're still getting adverts anyway. Really, it's just about the same bloody wrestlers over and again.
At least we're not seeing the Bobby Lashley one still.
I was going to say that was the last ones I saw. So I've never seen any of these ones before.
Yeah, but I just do a few bonus backstage segments.
Yeah, that's all you need. Like
the network.
Have like a reaction with Logan Paul or Bianca Belair. Like, what do you think this makes?
Or just go back to the pre-show panels and just get buckets.
Or have a live 24/7 title camera.
Yeah.
Just have somebody chaos. The 3 minutes of chaos, somebody running through, thinking they run chasing them and stuff.
Yeah, we don't have to.
Make the 24/7 title more interesting, wouldn't it?
We don't have the backstage legends parties anymore, do we?
No.
So that's what we need. Like when Ron Simmons comes out and says "damn." But I think they should just do they can't be that expensive to make like little throwaway segments like that.
No. Right then, speaking of Bobby Lashley, the next match, Theory against Bobby Lashley for the United States title. Theory is the Money in the Bank holder. Bobby Lashley is the United States champion. I find it hilarious how they took Austin away from him, but they still call him A-Town. Or A-Town Down, or whatever the hell his music is.
Music's still a banger, though.
It fits him perfectly.
Yeah, because when you actually listen to the lyrics, it really does fit him.
Yeah,
it goes on about being picked to be the best and stuff like that. It's quite clever, actually.
And I like how he gets them to announce that he's the youngest Money in the Bank winner of all time. Because he's only like 24, isn't he?
Oh, he's really young. Really young.
It's like half the age of Bobby Lashley.
If you get over Bobby Lashley's age.
No. Can't look at him.
He's called Austin White.
The man's like a bronze Adonis and he's like 46 now, he is.
In his Wikipedia picture, he's got really weird eyebrows. He's got sculpted eyebrows.
So Lashley comes in the ring. Theory smashes him with a briefcase before the bell. And then it's pretty much a squash match. Lashley just beats him up. What I will say about Austin Theory is, whatever that rolling dropkick thing he does, where he somehow is laid on the canvas and then manages to kick Bobby Lashley in the face, is the best move I've ever seen in my life.
He's talented.
He's incredible.
He's
a future world champion for sure. Surely.
Oh yeah, he's really good. Yeah.
Lashley hits a dominator.
Like he disagrees completely with that.
Well, we'll get there in a second. Lashley hits a dominator, misses a spear, and then he reverses the drop kick into the headlock. Lashley wins in 4 minutes. As Theory taps out straight away.
Theory is now 0-8 after winning Money in the Bank.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, does it?
No, I'm just saying though, it just seems mad.
But Aaron, right, what's your rebuttal?
Right. First, I was going to start off with my star rating, and I'm going to get into it.
Go on, then.
Star rating is 0.1.
Wow.
This was fucking horrendous. Right. So you've got someone you're booking to be the next world champion, can't even win a mid-card title.
Well, has he got one? He doesn't need it because he's got the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, but he's just got no credibility left. You can't book him to beat Roman Reigns now. No way can you book him to beat Roman Reigns or Drew McIntyre or Brock Lesnar. He's got no credibility to beat a big man.
Yeah, he needs he needs a long reign of Money in the Bank.
He needs to keep it till Money in the Bank next year.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
at least after WrestleMania next year.
They need to build him because at this moment in time he has got zero credibility as a world champ.
Yeah, and this match was just not built up at all. Was it? Like Austin Theory came out, and I genuinely forgot he had a match because they've not built towards this at all.
Was this his rematch?
I thought he was coming out to do a promo.
At least, don't book it as a squash match.
Yeah.
I think they wanted us to. They were going through all the tropes because they wanted us to think he was cashing in tonight.
Yeah,
and they normally lose that they clean before they cash in.
And this is an end of Theory going after the United States title. I think. Yeah. Lashley will move on to something else now.
But I just don't think they did a very good job because he looked like a dick. SmackDown, Roman Popper had his pants down, didn't he? It's like your daddy's not here anymore. Crowd went, whoa.
Well, we'll get onto it in the main event, but when he comes out. When he comes out at the main event, which we'll get to, he's just made to look like a pansy.
Yeah, it's just geek, isn't he?
Yeah, I have a theory about what's going to happen.
That's like booking Terry Peters. That's like booking Terry Peters versus Roman Reigns at this moment in time.
Yeah, that probably would have happened on Wrestling Federation.
Hey,
still could.
Still could. The Terry versus open now. Anyway,
against the I can't wait for you. Have you? I don't know how you're going to fit it in, but I don't know, the Terry Chief, Tribal Terry or something.
Yeah, we'll find a way.
I think it would be hilarious. He's gone. I don't know where he's gone. He's left.
He's left, I think.
So upset at that 0.1 start.
What was you expecting? Somewhere like in the middle?
I didn't mind it that much because I didn't know he was not an 8, to be fair. And it's the first WWE pay-per-view I've watched in a while, but I don't know. I think because he tapped immediately, I think that gives him a bit of credit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the last match was more competitive than that.
Yeah, it was like he put up a good fight in the last match. Yeah. Whereas this one,
I feel like it was already booked, and Triple H didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah,
so just
ended the feud.
Yeah,
ended it, put an end to it. But
just
the only thing now, he needs to pick up some wins, and he needs to be built as a credible competitor for the main event. Because at the moment, for me, if I was to look at him, I'd be thinking, well, he's not even lower mid card at the moment. The way he's being booked.
Would we like to see Theory in a faction? Sort of.
Leader of a faction?
I've been thinking this, and I think Theory, he needs to be in a sort of nation like The Rock, where he's not the leader, but he eventually becomes the leader. Do you know what I mean?
People protecting him and his Money in the Bank.
Yeah, and then he wins a bit, or maybe parallels to Randy Orton in Evolution.
We're thinking like Seth Rollins and the Authority.
Yeah,
he eventually got rid of Randy Orton.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Where he's not, because he's not ready to run a faction, I don't think. But I think if he puts him in a faction, he starts winning tag matches, he starts winning stuff. He's already cocky and arrogant. He would then get rid of the leader or
what you need
the leader by winning the title.
What you need to do, bring back Braun Strowman, get him in a faction with Braun Strowman, and then it turns on Braun Strowman gets a win over a big guy like that.
Yeah,
he needs to be in a faction with a big guy who we can topple.
Yeah,
to then build him up as that credible opponent for either Drew or Roman. It's going to be one of the two, in it.
You bring back Braun Strowman, and then he's like, when I win Money in the Bank, I'll promise you can get a title shot. He wins Money in the Bank, becomes the champion. Strowman helps him retain against whoever's got the title, whether it be Reigns, Lesnar, or McIntyre. And then he doesn't give him the title shot, do you know what I mean? And then that's the feud. So a bit like Diesel and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, I'm just intrigued to see where his character's going to go immediately now. Because he was the only character that was really relied on Vince existing.
Yeah.
So is he going to get the same push? Is he just going to lose the Money in the Bank?
Yeah, but I just don't know how they're going to explain it. Like, I don't know. Is he going to get someone else? Like, is he going to get a manager? He doesn't need a manager, but
no, I think he needs I do think he needs somebody else. I think he needs others around him.
Yeah,
to build up his credibility again.
Yeah. Intriguing.
Whatever. We're going to move on. Peter's isn't back yet.
What the fuck's he on?
I don't know. It's
a long shit for Peters, isn't
it? He's the quickest man of all time, isn't
he? Yeah.
Right, the next match then we've got Judgment Day. Which is,
well, we're not had a segment at some point around here.
I don't know.
The only segment of the night, I think it was.
I missed it because I went to toilet and I caught the end of it. I didn't know if it was a replay or not.
Oh,
I don't know where it fits in.
Maximum Male Models promo. Yes, we'll just go into it now because do you know? I was watching it. You know what it reminded me of? Zoolander. Like that, just so much. Like just obviously advertising this water and they're saying like they need to stay hydrated and they're just pouring it all over each themselves. It was genuinely hilarious.
These guys are going places for us.
But that gimmick only works if you put your all into it.
Yeah, and they really have.
And now they've got Max Dupree back. Right, sky's the limit.
And I saw somebody put something about Baron Corbin. So there's no wonder he gets booked every week because no matter what you give him, he puts everything into it.
Yeah.
And I'm imagining LA Knight's exactly the same. Oh, Max Dupree.
Max Dupree is completely different, I think, from what I was LA Knight, but yeah, I think it's fun. Yeah, it's fun.
I think you need. We said this when we did WrestleMania. You need these kind of segments and things to break up the show.
Yeah, wrestling would be boring if it was all like sports based, wouldn't it? You know, if it was just all serious stuff, no storylines. Wrestling would be boring.
It's a buffet, isn't it?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's a buffet. It's
quite Bischoff, yeah.
And then the next match then is Judgment Day. It's just Finn Balor and Damian Priest with Rhea Ripley against the Mysterios, Rey and Dominic. It's in a no DQ match. Judgment Day have been trying to recruit Dominic Mysterio, and Rey's not. I've been having it really. Also, there's been some weird vignettes. Who's that going to be? Find out later on. So this tag match then. I mean, I like Dominic Mysterio. He needs to leave Rey Mysterio.
I do not like him, and for the same reason, he needs to leave Rey Mysterio.
I think he's a talent, and I think he should have gone to NXT. When he signed, he had that match with Rollins, didn't he? And he looked really good. And then when that feud finished, he should have gone to NXT.
Yeah, I think you're right. They could have easily done that, couldn't they? Like, oh, you proved yourself, so go to NXT and become a full WWE superstar or something. Yeah. And I also need to leave.
I get Rey.
Barber. Needs to leave his barber. It's gross.
I get Rey wanting to run with his son, and they've been tag champions, haven't they?
Yeah, but they've had that run. They don't need to carry it on.
Was this a way of ending it? Maybe, who knows? Still might be, doesn't it? Some decent spots in this. Dominic jumps through the ropes and through Rey's legs. Rey does his like what is that sliding thing he does underneath, but with a chair. I love innovative spots that we because everything's been done in wrestling, hasn't it? Something new like that.
Yeah.
Which is why I think I love Rob Van Dam so much because he did stuff with a chair that nobody else did. Rhea Ripley gets involved all the way through, and then the lights go out. We see some stairs, we see some fire, and then we get Spooky Edge, Spooky Brood Edge. He's had his hair cut.
Yeah. Well, he had it. Good. It's a shame he had it cut anyway, didn't he? Because that.
Yeah, but he's growing it out a little bit now. It's like Edge when he came back and did the talk show.
Yeah.
Edge and Christian show. Yeah, it's like that length, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like I can't believe they made him cut his hair and kicked him out of the group like a week later, or however long it was. But yeah.
Also, can we just appreciate his new T-shirt because that T-shirt is fantastic.
Yeah.
What T-shirt? I can't remember what it was like.
I've got it.
It's white and it says Hooters, and then the two O's are an owl's. Yeah, an owl's eyes.
Hello.
It's like a winged devil in a ring.
Spooky, very brood-like, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very nice T-shirt.
He's still been a spooky dude, isn't
he? He's back.
Yeah.
He gets involved. He takes out both of Judgment Day, spear to both of them. There's then a double 619 on Finn Balor. So the Mysterios win 11 minutes. For me, I don't think the Mysterios needed to win. I think Judgment Day needed to win because they haven't won anything yet, have they? Since Edge has left.
Edge not done anything.
Edge could have done this after the match. Have Judgment Day win. Have Judgment Day try and do the concerto or whatever to Rhea or Dominic. Edge comes out and stops that. I don't think the Mysterios needed to win this.
Agreed.
No, I don't think Edge needed to come back at all. I get that was the original plan, but it was booked so poorly. You know, the Judgment Day did nothing. They were just geeks, weren't they?
The thing is,
they just got two men got took out by one. That's
the thing is, if you're in the crowd as well and you see that being put up, you know exactly what's going to happen as well.
Yeah, you know so it's good. Yeah, I think that's probably why they basically said it earlier on on social media. There was like a graphic that was like, "I'm arriving tonight" or something. And it was obviously it was Edge. But selfishly, I'm very pleased that it came back when it did because I feel like now I'm going to see an Edge match at Clash at the Castle, which I never thought I'd see. That'll be one of my favorites. I don't really care. I just want to see Edge.
One on
wrestle. So yeah,
handicap match.
I think the building. It looks like the building to a bloody 3-on-3, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Beats on Dom anyway. Like, I think that could really do.
Beats on Rhea.
But I would have because it was booked so poorly. I would have had Judgment Day win this one, and I'd have brought Edge back later down. I'd just kept him off telly for a couple more months, couple more pay-per-views.
Like realistically, right? This is where Rhea and Dom deserve to be on the card, and that is kickoff show.
Yeah,
I'm bored of them together now.
Yeah,
we've all said that, Peters. I think everyone is. Rhea, they just need to separate.
Mm-hmm.
Let Dom do something else.
You don't want to turn him, does this? But just have them. Again, this is why the draft, if you do it properly, is great because you can just split up in a draft.
But to me, all you need to say is like have a segment where Ray's like, "Oh, you need to go on your own." Dominic's like, "No," and then Ray tries and proves why he needs to go on his own and says, "Look, I won all this, blah blah blah, on my own." Dom goes, "Oh yeah, nice."
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind a feud between them both.
No, I wouldn't either.
Because like they could do it, and like Dom could say, "Well, Eddie's my real dad." And Rail get pissed off.
He isn't kayfabe, isn't
he? Yeah. Did he win at SummerSlam that year? I can't remember.
I think Ray won, but it was that he was Eddie was his actual father.
Yeah, I was going to say I can't remember it now.
Ray adopted him or something. Eddie was. I don't know.
Why do we watch wrestling?
Someone shagging someone. But
probably Kurt Angle shagging someone.
Yeah, Kurt Angle's out of them all.
Plot twist: Kurt Angle's actually Dominic's dad.
Yeah,
on the grain of rice on my shoulder.
He just needs to do something else. I think I've got a feeling Edge will rejoin Judgment Day.
Turn on the Mysterios.
Yeah,
it's weird that he came out being all spooky dude, and he was like, "Oh, here my old pal," and I
just think it's so strange that he got a new Alter Bridge song and Judgment Day kept it.
Well, he left it because he didn't want to do all the spooky stuff, didn't he?
Is that what it was?
Yeah, he disagreed with Vince because he was like, "I don't want it to be spooky." I think he didn't want it to be like a cult, but with like, I don't think Vince wanted it to be like Undertaker-y, but that didn't happen anyway. I think it's good for Finn, but it just needs to give him some bloody wins.
Well, this is what they should have won this one. But this is the only, I would say, out of all the matches where I feel like the feud didn't end.
Yeah.
Or the storyline's not ended. I feel like every other match, the storyline's ended.
Yeah, I think we're getting a 6-person tag,
Realistically, it's built like a brick shit house as well. I'm all for
it.
Yeah, she's impressive. Can she wrestle again, though?
Yeah.
Is she being cleared now?
I assume
so.
Yeah.
No, she beat him up backstage, but she's not had a full match, has she?
Yeah.
I think she's probably just taking it easy, isn't she? I think she's been cleared.
I assume she will be, because otherwise they wouldn't have put her out there, I don't think.
No, but she could be out there and as a manager while she's injured or whatever she's doing, or whatever her health issues are.
I guess.
So maybe that's what I don't know. But
that's they get a third member, like someone like Killer Cross.
And they need to recruit somebody else, I think.
Yeah, someone they could hire immediately. I would say Aleister Black, but obviously is. I think Bray Wyatt is too big. I think
Killer Cross is too big. I think is he?
No,
I don't
think he's a bigger star than Finn Balor. I think Finn Balor's still a leader if Killer Cross comes in.
Yeah, definitely.
Bray Wyatt comes in. Bray Wyatt. It's all about Bray Wyatt. There.
Yeah, it's all about Bray.
Maybe in Austin Theory. That wouldn't work, would it? Taking selfies with Damian Priest.
Yeah, but I think they could. I think they could get someone pretty quick.
When does Christian's contract end?
He's fucked up as well.
He's fucked up. Yeah.
Right, Franklin star rating for Judgment Day vs Mysterios.
1 star.
1 star. Yeah.
This was the match I started to fall asleep in.
Just wasn't done very well, was it? Judgment Day win. Edge comes out to save Rey Mysterio. That's what it should be.
Edge coming out did look cool.
I will say Judgment Day's entrance looked pretty cool as well.
Yeah,
and it is a banger of a tune all over John.
They've got everything. I think Judgment Day. They're an interesting faction. They just don't win anything
in ring record. Yeah.
The big thing now it's swapped from Vince to Triple H. What direction do they go down with it? I know you probably all have this conversation, but what I'm more meant is, sorry, do you reckon the end will be different for Triple H than what it was for Vince?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think Vince plans ends, does he?
Triple H isn't adverse to doing stuff like this because he had the Ascension and he had the Wyatt family.
The Ascension. To be fair, the Ascension fit in with him.
And he pushed them quite hard, didn't he? So I don't think he's against doing.
Yeah, I think it's just there should be a weird cult, but I don't think it should be like some lightning cut out my hands kind of thing anymore. So I think that's a bit too much. You know what I mean?
No vampires, but yeah, it should be.
Yeah, I don't think it should be.
You want it to be
fireworks with your hands. Stuff.
You want it to be a bit like satanic almost, don't you?
Yeah.
Where it's a little bit more believable, where these things actually probably do exist in the real world.
Yeah, Gangrel's a shoot vampire, isn't
he? Yeah, it's a good Gangrel.
Banging and banning, isn't he?
Malachi.
Right then, so then we get another Kevin Owens video package, which is just like the story of Kevin Owens. I enjoyed it. Where is he?
How different he looked, by the way, when he was the face of America, when he was the US champion, when he shaved. I forgot how weird he looked shaved.
Yeah, I mean, he was Universal champion, lights that.
Yep.
Is he heel now or fit? What is
He's injured, isn't he?
Is he injured?
He's injured.
Is that why we've not got the Ezekiel payoff?
Yeah, according to Sammy on Broken Skull Session, he's injured.
Right,
I'll tell you could also see come back. As just on another note, speaking of someone that was injured and waiting for Triple H, Nixon Newell, Tegan Knox.
Has she not gone anywhere?
No.
Oh, AEW don't like women, do they?
So I reckon she could come.
Can't book women. That's the problem.
She could be someone that could maybe fit. If Judgment Day were ever after another woman, someone that could fit in there as well, I think
Paige might come back.
She's not signed anywhere, is she?
No,
she has teased that she would like to work with Britt Baker, though. So she's teased that on Twitter. But I could see her, because she's got a very good relationship with Triple H. I could see her coming back.
Depends if he lets her wrestle or not. I think that'll be the big thing of it all. Because she wants to wrestle, I think, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
So if she's cleared though, Daniel Bryan got cleared. Edge has been cleared.
It's true.
All these people had to retire for injuries, isn't they?
Ric Flair, he's been cleared. It's just finding the one doctor out of a million that'll say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, one person has to clear it.
Yeah, definitely.
Right then, the next match we've got Pat McAfee against Happy Corbin. This is basically they were roommates when they played for the Indianapolis Colts.
Yep.
The video package for this is hilarious for one reason, and that reason is Adam Pearce. Because he got the best facials of any authority figure we've ever had. When he's trying to pull people apart or he's telling people to stop doing something, he's so animated. I just love him. I think he's my favorite authority figure of all time.
Loves it, don't he?
And then, so Happy Corbin comes out. He comes halfway down the ramp. I wrote here, stood behind him is a prick dressed as the Joker.
Yeah. I saw him. What the fuck's that about?
What an asshole. Just calm down, mate. You're already on TV because you stood behind Baron Corbin. Just what an absolute douche he was. You just come back. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Is that Frank, the WWE clan? Is it him? Or is it one?
No, he was dressed as the Joker.
Yeah.
He's a douche.
Bit weird. That,
genuinely never touched a woman in his life.
I must have missed that.
On his own as well. How could you miss him? He was doing my head in. So Corbin, his entrance music stops when he's halfway down. There's then a choir singing Dumbass Corbin.
Bummass.
Or Bummass. Is it Bummass Corbin?
Bummass Corbin, yeah.
Bummass Corbin. And then Pat McAfee comes out. And then we have the match. I like Pat McAfee, but he's not in the same league as Logan Paul, is he? But I did enjoy for all this Michael Cole unashamedly not being biased.
Well, they
being biased.
They mention it on commentary. Corey Graves goes, "I like it better when you were allowed to be biased. No, when you weren't biased." And he goes, "Well, I'm allowed to be now."
Things are changing.
It just takes that little dig.
He says, "Don't things have changed?"
Yeah,
there's a lot's changed, and it carries on.
It's like when King used to do it, didn't he? Though for when King was in the ring and JR was there, JR used to proper slag Taz off, didn't he? And that feud and stuff like that. JR even got involved, didn't he, with the tray of sweets that was there for one match and one match only.
Cookie jar it was, yeah.
That's what happens when you jump out on King backstage for no real reason in a warehouse.
No, King jumped out, didn't he?
Was it King? King jumped out on him, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Lawler who jumped out.
Of course it was.
Favorite backstage segment of all time. So
we should try and do a watch along of that. Just watch it in context of the episode.
That Raw, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'd have to find out
we'll have to find it is, but we should do a watch along of that just so we can watch it in context.
So Pat McAfee does a backflip off the top rope, which was incredibly impressive. And then I loved it because he was like, "Yeah, look at me," and then Corbin just drop kicked him in the face. Love that. There's a superplex from McAfee to Corbin, and then Pat McAfee nearly fell off the ropes.
Yes, he did. Yes.
Imagine, and he did his what's it called, the Swanton.
I can't think what it's called, but he's like the Swanton bomb, but not in it.
Swanton Bomberoni or something
like that, isn't it? Yeah.
Aaron, you know exactly what it's called.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was fantastic.
And then there's a low blow because Pat McAfee got low blowed last week by Happy Corbin. And then like some sort of Hurricanrana, I guess, / Canadian Destroyer to Happy Corbin. Pat McAfee gets the win, 10 minutes. What did we think of this then? The second, can you call Pat McAfee a celebrity?
My favourite bit was after the match.
I agree with Terry because I think I know exactly which bit he's on about.
What's your favourite bit?
The beer.
I can't remember.
So my favourite part is when he goes up to Corey Graves and Corey Graves is like, he was lucky there, and he just does the suck it.
Oh yeah. I enjoyed Pat being given a beer and him downing it in about 3 mouthfuls.
Yes,
just went like that. Great stuff. But yeah, I didn't.
Stone Cold because he didn't drink any of it, does he? He just pours it all down his top.
He did do a couple of suck its actually, didn't he? In the match, thinking about it.
Yeah, he did a couple to.
He did one in the corner as well, didn't
he? Yeah.
But yeah, I did like that because him and Cole go celebrate. You can tell they're just actual mates. As well.
I loved Cole in this match as well. When Corbin goes near Cole and Cole's just like, just leave me alone. Focus on what you're actually doing.
All-time great night for Cole, I think.
Do you know what? I was a bit disappointed that Pat McAfee was in a match and not a commentary.
Yeah.
The thing is that I don't think his commentary style will change at all because he just seems to have been allowed to just do what he wants anyway, doesn't he?
No, that's what I mean. But because I don't watch WWE that much.
Oh, I've got you.
I was quite looking forward to seeing a released Michael Cole and Pat McAfee together.
Yeah, you know, with all the rumors of Corey Graves getting cleared again, do you think they're building to a Survivor Series match between Pat McAfee, Corey Graves?
Michael Cole
versus SmackDown, isn't it?
Michael Cole is Pat's manager.
Yeah.
Is Corey Graves planning on coming back full time then?
I don't know. He was on about. He keeps mentioning in his podcast that you can get the same treatment as Edge or Daniel Bryan, one or two.
Right.
God, he might come back. So I wonder if that was a slight tease.
Does anyone apart from Corey Graves want to see Corey Graves wrestle again?
I don't know what it was like. I don't think
I've ever watched a Corey Graves match.
I guess he'd be off commentary.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there is that. Yeah, so every silver lining.
I don't think he's meant to be that bad, to be honest. But yeah, like you say, he won't be on commentary, which is always good. So.
He was doing NXT when he had a few tags.
NXT tag champion, wasn't he? Was it Neville and someone else?
I've got a 1PW DVD and he's on it.
I've got loads of mad old DVDs. I bet
you got them from WrestleCrate, didn't you?
Yeah. Right, what do we actually think of this match then? Pat McAfee versus Happy Corbin. Is this the end? Are we saying this is the end of the feud?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are they going to do to him in Hell in a Cell? That's the end of the feud.
Personally, I don't think it was Pat's strongest match that he's ever had.
No, there's a lot of botches.
No, and I think the thing with the Pat is now, he's had a few, hasn't he? So you're not going to be as... You know, Logan Paul, everything he's doing is, oh my God, this guy's impressive. Yeah. He's only his second match. Is it like 4th or 5th now?
Something like that.
Did he have two of Adam Cole?
Well, he had a War Games match, didn't he? Singles and a War Games.
Yeah.
Then he's had the Stone Cold, the Kevin Owens match, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's definitely not the
Theory on it. Theory, the match with Vince.
Match with Vince.
Yeah.
He's leagues away from being the best NFL player to turn wrestler. Because you all know that saying.
Fuck's sake.
He wouldn't be able to bear down with Mongo, would he?
No, no, that is true. No, who can bear down with Mongo?
The thing is, Pat McAfee is everything Mongo wishes he was. And, he's a good commentator.
Well, he's
a good wrestler.
Get Mongo on when he comes. We'll find out.
Yeah.
God. Come on, then.
No, just I know you like this. You got this ironic appreciation of Mongo. But...
It's not ironic. It's just appreciation for Mongo.
We're just fans of Steve McMichael.
Yeah, he's rubbish.
Don't believe you for a second.
Just because you can't bear down with him.
Don't know.
He's had probably the highest average Franklin Star rating out of any wrestler.
100%.
Probably has, yeah.
Maybe it's a broken system, and Ross is what I'm saying.
How dare you? You're wearing his shirt.
I'm going back to the Meltzer rating. How about that?
Yeah, but he's wrong though.
Reliable source.
No, it's wrong.
He is wrong.
Speaking of Franklin Star ratings, Pat McAfee vs Happy Corbin.
2 stars.
2 stars. Solid effort for it.
Yeah. Oh, the one thing that was disappointing was it's obviously he had the quiet. He's got his own theme music now, and I preferred it when he had White Stripes. That really got the crowd. I don't think the crowd was as pumped.
No, I thought the choir were fantastic. Though.
Yeah, the choir was great. Like you got a choir singing "Bum Ass Corbin," that's fantastic. But
I thought throughout the full pay-per-view, it was very hard to gauge the crowd because there was no roof.
Yeah.
So it just goes out, doesn't it? And I was thinking when we like because I've been watching a lot of Rock Stone Cold stuff because I watched the shout out to the WWE rivals, and the crowd was going mental. But it's in a small arena, isn't it? So it's easy to see what was working. So it must be hard. I don't always like live. Maybe it's easier to see live, but you can't work out if the crowd's hyped or dead, can you? Because all the sound's just gone.
You've got to go on movement a lot of the time, I think, can you?
Yeah.
How many people on the feet?
Which is like when the Hardy Boys came back at that WrestleMania. Everyone was like, oh my God, this is like one of the biggest returns of all time. It doesn't seem as loud as Stone Cold coming out when Mankind won the title. But it probably was.
Yeah.
But it's a stadium, isn't it? So, right then. Drew McIntyre then comes out next. Does a promo.
This promo was fantastic.
The best part of this promo was when he was saying like the first things. And he picked that kid in the crowd, Cole. What's your name, Cole? In the first time ever in front of Cole.
I'm sure he missaid his name though, because he could look real shocked, didn't he?
I thought it was Colt.
Yeah,
it was Colt.
Well, there was a Colt chant on there now.
Yeah.
And then Drew McIntyre said something weird about beating ass. So that was under his big sword.
Give an ass pounding.
His magic sword.
Do you think Drew McIntyre is sick of the sword? He's like, oh, let me see what happens if I raise this magic sword in the air.
Yeah. I think he just, even the way he was going about, first time ever between Brock and Roman, like I feel like he knows the product's not as good as it could be. I feel like he's very aware of what WWE is.
No, he said first time ever for Brock and Roman in Nashville. So, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, and he started having no songs, but he just felt like he was just very much taking a piss in it. But it's a shame, really, that his match with Sheamus wasn't on this card because it was very good.
Yeah, well,
the Irish bar brawl thing. Goldbash and Donnybrook, I think it was called, wasn't it?
It's definitely the last time we're seeing Roman v. Brock. I think that was alluded to in Drew's promo.
100%.
Even more so when we get to the main event.
So Drew McIntyre is going to be in the title match at Clash of the Castle.
Yeah, he beat Sheamus on SmackDown.
Nice one. Irishman and a Scotsman fighting to see who gets the title shot in Wales.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Do not understand Britain.
Yeah, I think there'll be enough people. I think he should get cheered now. I think just based on the comments I'm seeing on Twitter, I think people want to see him do it in the UK.
It's such a shame that Drew McIntyre, because he got a huge pop when he knocked Lesnar out the Rumble.
Yeah, he did. For me and Terry.
And then his full run, I don't think he had a live match as champion, did he? It was in front of no crowd.
No, he lost it anyway by the time he came back. And he lost to Lashley, which everyone didn't expect.
So,
but yeah.
Look, I don't know if he'll do it. I hope he does.
Well, this is what I mean. Like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense, but all the British fans want it. We'll see. I don't know, but it'll be a good atmosphere either way, I think. Yeah.
If you're looking at
this is a good thing about Triple H being in charge of creative because he gets the UK crowd.
Yeah, he does well. Yeah, he booked. Yeah, NXT UK very well. He booked all the takeovers over here very well.
I still don't know if I would give him it. You know, but
Reigns can't go on for it. If Reigns beats McIntyre.
There's no one left.
Then what?
Yeah, if they weren't,
right. I'm putting this out there. I'm bored of Reigns now. I'm bored of him as champ.
Well, we'll get to that at the end, Peters. We'll put a pin in that. Right. Say Peters has been blocked from the chat.
Unacceptable, really. What's he saying? Bored of Reigns, the best wrestler on the planet.
So this is the first time Say Peters has ever been blocked twice on this chat.
The worst part is I went, he's muted me to try and tell you as if you were going to hear me.
Tim Peters not understanding how computers work. If Drew McIntyre doesn't do it, who can? I think McIntyre's the only one.
I don't think Drew McIntyre needs it. No, I don't think there's anyone ready. So don't do it yet. Give him a fair year. I don't think it matters at this point.
No, fuck that.
We could say the only credible person that can come back and defeat him at that point is The Rock.
Yeah. But I don't think The Rock should win. I think he should beat The Rock if he plays The Rock. I think you want to make if you're making a real statement, you want to have someone like Braun Breaker or someone. Challengers going forward. I just put Rollins in there again because he never beat him. Remember in January, so it's an easy one. There's just challenges you could give. All these people who we think are good enough and haven't had a shot yet. AJ Styles is another one. Wouldn't win it, but can have a go. But then I think you need to. What's the point in beating him now if it's not going to be? Like Drew McIntyre doesn't need it. He's already a champion. It would be a cool moment in Cardiff. But what are you doing it for? If you're trying to build a new star, I think it needs to be someone from NXT.
Yeah, but then Drew wins it. Braun Breaker comes out afterwards.
Yeah, I don't think Braun Breaker should win it now. I don't think anyone.
No.
I think like you will this time next year.
Right, we'll get on to the state of the Universal Undisputed title in a minute, or when we come to that match, because there's a lot to say about it. Right? We'll move on to the next match. We've got this is for the Undisputed Tag Team titles. This is the Usos against the Street Profits. Jeff Jarrett is special guest referee, who we mocked but did a very good job.
No, I'm going to mock him. I'm not going to mock him, but I'm going to say what I say on every fucking WCW review we do. What is the point in Jeff Jarrett? Why was he
did a good job because he needed to control.
He served no purpose. He served no purpose in this match.
He got a mild. The crowd went mild when he came out.
Yeah,
and
think how mild they'll go tonight for his Ric Flair's final match.
Yeah,
it's Tennessee in it. That's why they've got Jeff.
Yeah.
Cole mentioned no commentary, wasn't he? Pretty much that he was having his match tonight, but
yeah. This match, I don't think it was the best match I've seen Usos and the Street Profits have. It only went 13 minutes.
I preferred the Money in the Bank one.
I think it's the Money in the Bank one was so unexpected.
Yeah,
they put so much hype on this one. It couldn't live up to it.
And we've seen it a lot now.
Yeah.
I thought Tez was going to turn.
I don't think he will anymore.
No, I just thought he was going to at the end because he looked so annoyed, didn't he? It just looked like he was just going to clothesline him. Dawkins.
Street Profit, but I think if he was going to turn, then it would be a Street Profits heel turn. Because I thought he was going to attack Jarrett.
Yeah, because he did get annoyed at Jarrett, didn't he, at one point?
Because he hit the splash, didn't he? And then he didn't pin him straight away, which I liked, instead of just kicking out. Very athletic. Montez Ford is an absolute freak, isn't he?
Montez Ford is the better of the two.
Yeah,
he's another one who could defeat Roman.
Yeah,
got to build him right. Do it.
But he doesn't need to leave Dawkins.
Bianca Belair and Montez Ford.
Yeah.
Does he? I don't think. I don't know why we have to split the Street Profits up.
Yeah, but then do you just want Dawkins to just be his buddy, or do you want him to be doing his own thing? Because I think Dawkins is underrated just because he's not as good as Montez Ford.
Dawkins is underrated. He's good, but he's just like you say, he isn't as good as Montez Ford. That's the
problem. Dawkins could be a US or Intercontinental champion, though.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But I don't think they would do it together.
Yeah, but I don't know why we have to split it. Again, the draft, though, isn't it? This is what we say with the draft. They do it properly.
Yeah.
Move on. You don't have to split them up. Like the New Day, they did it perfectly with the New Day.
I don't think he has to necessarily do a heel turn. But you would want him to stop tagging for a while before they go on the singles runs. That makes sense. You wouldn't want him to just be, it's half of the Street Profits. I think they should have their own music and their own gear and stuff.
You don't want one to be Street and one to be Profits.
Yeah. A bit like they tried doing with Big E.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he get new music though?
Yeah. Y'all want to go big? Then say that. Oh, that one. Come on. Wale, that's disrespect on Wale's name.
I don't watch the product. So the Usos won after a 1-day on Dawkins, I think. Well, yeah, because Montez Ford was thrown over the side, didn't they?
Yeah.
They've retained. What next? What next for the tag team? To the tag titles? Street Profits have lost a few now. Is there any other tag teams?
No.
Viking Raiders are going to have to build up, are they?
Well, apparently they are starting to do that, aren't they?
Yeah, the new vicious Viking Raiders now. But they're heels as well.
And now they're under Triple H, where they've worked with before, obviously.
Yeah. They have got rid of all the tag teams there.
Is there anyone to bring up?
Yeah, so I think it's time, Ross, isn't it? Right? I think what they're going to have to do is they might have to spend a bit of money because they're under contract. But they're going to have to go and they're going to have to talk to the owners of the Wrestling Entertainment Series and say, can we get AOP back? Please, just try and get them to pull out of the big match at Nottingham.
Do you know what's the most upsetting thing about AOP? That storyline they had as Rollins Enforcers, which lasted 1 week.
One got injured though, didn't he?
Yeah, when Rollins was doing his Monday Night Messiah thing, which I loved at the start before he went a bit off, and he had Buddy Murphy and he had AOP. Could have been a great faction.
No, the saddest thing is when they got rid of what's the fella's name?
Paul Ellering.
Paul Ellering, and he was like, they pushed him to a side, and he came backstage, and he was like, "No, you need me. I've got plans. I got a plan for this." And it turns out they did actually need him because they were shit about. I liked AOP in NXT. I thought
Jay Maverick pissed himself as well. So.
Yeah, that is true. I liked AOP.
Yeah,
I don't know if anyone can be taken. I don't know if they can be taken seriously anymore.
Yeah,
because of the Wes stuff.
They could come back with like a gimmick of like just being like bookers or something. They could like come back and promise people matches and SmackDown, just like not set up and stuff.
The new authority figures.
No, not even like just proper like just unprofessional. So just
authorities of pain.
We're charging you tonight on SmackDown. It comes and just like the music plays and they're just not there. Like I don't know, good gimmick.
Like that when they ribbed Mark Henry, no one came out.
Yeah, you order a T-shirt. You don't arrive if you get offers of apparel and stuff like that.
I think if the Authors of Pain came back, they'd squash a few people, then they would just follow them again.
Yeah.
I don't think people would be asked about WWE.
I don't think anyone knows about it. That's the issue. That's why I'm selling tickets on it. But they have really attacked him massively, aren't they?
Is there anybody on NXT? Tag teams? Who's the tag team champions on NXT now?
Pretty deadly now, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
They got it all them. No, what's the bloody? Who are the brothers?
The
brothers.
They're terrible.
They're still in the Diamond.
Warren.
The new Steiners, aren't they? Yeah, I mean the Diamond Man's obviously dropped off since Bivens left.
Well, Roderick Strong's apparently leaving as well, isn't he? Well, he may not know.
Oh, I don't know if he will now.
Really now?
I don't know if he will.
I still would if I was him. Guaranteed million in AEW.
Guaranteed. I don't know. I like Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong could do a job on the main roster.
He could. Do you know what? He could fit into US or IT division.
Yeah.
Perfectly.
I don't think he's got the charisma to go any higher, but he could do that. He could be someone's solid tag team partner, couldn't he, Roderick Strong?
That's kind of what he was, wasn't he? He was like, he was kind of like the other guy, wasn't he? But he was the solid, dependable one, wasn't he?
He's 39. Do you bother with him, or do you move
Roddy Strong?
Yeah,
I reckon you could easily.
You say do you bother with him, though, but you can't get rid of it because they've done this, haven't they? Now we're struggling for names to bring up to the tag team.
Yeah, especially it's solid hands, don't you?
You need people to be in the middle, don't you?
Yeah.
It's like when you run a football team and you don't release all the 30-year-olds here to bring in all 19-year-olds. You have to have a mix.
You do when you play football, mind you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's the only way it works. It doesn't work in real life. 25, you're too old for me on football manager. Right then, the Franklin Star ratings for the Usos are Street Profits.
2 stars.
2 stars. Oh, I think it was better than 2. Was it better out of 3? Yeah.
I reckon 3, but like I said,
I think it was the hype that killed it for me.
Yeah, the problem was it wasn't as good as the original.
It was built as though it was going to be better, and it just fell flat for me.
The sequel's never as good as the original, is it? Apart from Top Gun Maverick.
Toy Story 2.
Toy Story 2 is the worst one.
So I have to do it again. The third time.
God's sake. He's gone. He can't. I don't know why he does it.
What's he saying?
Right. The Usos. Where do we put the Usos in terms of tag teams? And I guess in terms of right now and all time, where do the Usos sit?
Well,
at the moment,
they're not as good as FTR, are they? Because they have got one of the best wrestlers in the world on their team. So being fair,
I think I would, but I'd rather watch Usos match than FTR.
Unfair to do anything else for a minute. But yeah, they're pretty good, aren't they? Pretty good in kayfabe and in real life, I guess. In actuality.
They've got to be up there as legendary tag teams now, aren't they? Surely.
Oh, they're a Hall of Fame tag team now, yeah.
They're up there, yeah.
I just hope they don't, we want new challenges. I hope they just don't go back to the New Day again.
Problem is, there's no challenges left for them. I don't think.
You just have to do another New Day feud as a holding pattern, were they? They need to split up the tag titles. They need to split up the tag titles in the world.
I know the perfect tag team to dethrone them as champions. Maximum male models.
Mansoir and
Massey.
Yeah,
there you go. That just legit could be a feud there, can't it?
Yeah. Well, there's no one else, is there?
They just need to get those divisions deeper, don't they? I think we'll have a good tag division. I think that's a noticeable change we'll get in Triple H.
Yes,
yeah,
and a more solid women's division. They'll be the 2 big changes.
Yeah, because there's only 2 women's matches on this full card. Both the title matches. Let's just have a non-title related feud, please.
Depth.
But similarly, I think you'll see a more solid IC division as well, because that title seems to have really. Who can really challenge Gunther at the moment?
No one, because he's number one.
I know been building up Shinsuke, and then it's just not happened. That's
what I mean. So
hopefully we get that in Cardiff.
Gunther could beat Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
Gunther could beat Roman Reigns. Yeah,
he's another one.
But do you have him lose the Intercontinental title? Or do
no.
you have... Well, no, we'll discuss it. We'll discuss it at the end.
Yeah, but you could do it by having him. What's his name? Ludwig.
Triple threat.
Yeah, him.
6-man battle.
6-man tag
match or something.
Yeah.
Right then, then we get the next match. Then we get Charlotte Flair video package, and then we get Matt Riddle. He turns up. He's got a neck injury though. Calls out Rollins. Rollins comes out wearing an orange suit, and I genuinely thought he was wearing shorts. It was so confusing. He is followed by Adam Pearce. Love Adam Pearce. They have a brawl, and then Riddle ends up getting stomped again.
What made no sense in this is that Riddle's chasing Seth Rollins down the ramp and throwing punches. Obviously, to throw punches, he's having to stop, and still no officials could keep up with him.
The officials are great. It's when they're scrapping and they don't try and stop them fighting. They're just standing there going, "Come on!" And then they start counting, don't they? You know, like after a match, someone's kept on the thing and they start counting. Like they're not obviously not listening to your 5 count. It's not in a match anyhow. So what? Is that an unwritten rule in WWE contracts?
You can still reverse the decision, can't you, after a match?
Do you think it's WWE wrestlers have to sign? Oh, by the way, if you sign here, any official starts counting you've only got 5 seconds. You have to stop immediately what you're doing.
No, because the officials are actually that strong and powerful that they will just fuck them up completely if they don't wreck the hold. So they're going to give them a 5 count as a warning.
Well, there's no Finley there, so
don't cross fucking John Khan.
No, there's no Finley, but there is some strange authority figures turn up in the next match. So obviously, is Riddle actually injured?
No.
I struggle to think where this match would have fit in as well.
Do you know what would have made this segment absolutely perfect? Was obviously Riddle's out in the ring. Seth Rollins is walking up the ramp, and then you just stay Randy Orton's music. That'd have been perfect. Obviously, they can't because Orton's injured, isn't he? So
as I say, when's Orton coming back? We've got
they're in a timeline. I don't think
no one knows. That was the original match for him and Roman was meant to be for SummerSlam, wasn't it?
But is he somebody who could beat Reigns? Telling Randy Orton?
No. Riddle, you could if you beat him, build him up. Randy Orton is fucking pointless.
He's got the star power, though, hasn't he?
No, he's already got the star power. I guess that's the issue. It needs to be someone who's never won the title before. Absolute waste of time to have a 2-year title reign to give it to someone like Randy Orton who's already won it like 4 times.
Right, we'll get onto it at the end. We've got one more match before we can get onto it.
I feel passionate about it, Ross.
So the next match then is the SmackDown Women's title match. Liv Morgan, the champion, against Ronda Rousey. This match, disappointingly, only went 4 minutes.
Apparently, that is because the Miz and Logan Paul overran.
How much did it overrun by, though?
Don't know, but apparently that's what that's the reason why this only went 4 minutes, because that overran.
So can't they just take a minute off every other match? Do you know what I mean? To give this 10 minutes or whatever. It's not much, is it?
Yeah, I mean, today it was Alvarez who replied that on it, and he doesn't like the celebrity matches.
It seems a bit mad that they take it off this match. But then I guess the way they booked it, maybe. What does that know? So basically, this match was 4 minutes of Ronda Rousey trying to go for the armbar. Liv Morgan coming out with quite ingenious ways of reversing it. And then in the end, Ronda Rousey puts Liv Morgan in the armbar, as she does when she stood up. Morgan pins her. The ref counts the pin, but while she's pinning, as Corey Graves points out, Liv Morgan is tapping. 4 minutes.
This is not over.
Ronda Rousey. No, this is another one that could have carried on. Ronda Rousey then attacks Liv Morgan and the ref after the bell. And then out comes to say Jamie Noble, and was that Daivari?
Yeah, he's been a producer. He has.
I didn't know I did not know he was back for WWE.
Arian Daivari.
No, that was Sean Daivari. That one, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think his brother's in
AEW. Oh, is he? I thought he'd been a producer as well in WWE.
Yeah,
producer.
I think he was.
That was the original Daivari, wasn't it?
OGD.
I did not realize he was back. But yeah, I was like, hang on. Is that fucking Daivari?
Does that mean Great Khali's not far away then?
Disappointing.
Daivari's in the NWA now, apparently.
Oh, is that where he is?
Disappointing that this match only went 4 minutes. Also disappointing that they booked Ronda Rousey to be a lot stronger than Liv Morgan. I guess it made it like, I don't know, was she trying to be the technical wrestler?
I was just a little bit disappointed with
getting out of him.
I think for Liv's first proper title match defense, I just felt as though this was a little bit poor, really. Like you say, 4 minutes doesn't help, but it just made Liv look a bit weak for me.
I thought it made Liv look awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. I think, again, this was a match that was booked that if Triple H got a job a few weeks earlier, he wouldn't have booked it.
No, there was still definitely some remnants of Vince.
Yeah, because I think Vince was probably just planning on getting Ronda to win it back at this point. To be honest,
Yeah.
But I can sort of see what they were trying with giving them the out. But a roll up would have been fine, I think. But we finally, hopefully, Ronda's a heel now.
Yeah, good. Yeah, well, I think she isn't. She?
She's
wearing black, wasn't she? She's gone to black, and she was beat the ref up.
Yeah.
And Becky's a face.
Exactly.
Road to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But what they need to do is leave them alone for now, and then until Royal Rumble, leave Becky and Ronda alone. Don't even do anything with them. Have Ronda maybe not go after the title, but just become so pissed off that she's lost. Well, the thing is, the way she lost, and just have her beating people easy. Yeah. Just have her absolutely smashing people.
She lost as a challenger, obviously, didn't she? So she has no.
Yeah.
You could just not give her a rematch.
My biggest worry is there's a woo-shaped shadow on the horizon going to come back at some point as well. But now Vince has gone again. Is she going to be as dominant as what she once was?
She's still one of the best women's wrestlers in the world, if not the best.
Perfect booking for Ronda and Becky now. So you book Ronda as this Goldberg-like figure who just comes in, fucking destroys everyone in her path, get to Royal Rumble, and Becky eliminates her out of the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
But neither of them win it.
Yeah.
And then you go to WrestleMania.
And
that's the story.
Wins after being in the Royal Rumble for 7 years.
Has Ronda ever beat Becky Lynch?
No, not clean, I don't think.
I don't know, actually.
They've had triple threat matches, haven't they?
That doesn't need a title. That's your WrestleMania story.
More of a statement for it to not be a title match, I think.
You have Ronda Rousey's beating everyone. She does some sort of promo. I'm the best in WWE. Becky Lynch comes out. You've never beat me.
Yeah.
That's your match, isn't it?
But yeah, no, the Triple H sorted those two big issues by just switching from being babyface to heel and the other way around immediately. Yeah. And also the big thing I think now is obviously Liv Morgan's going to come out on SmackDown, but I need a challenger. And then we're going to do had a dreamer, had a made it. Yeah, she's back. Sasha's back. Beats Liv in 10 seconds and holds on to the championship. And the first challenger is Naomi.
No.
They just keep trading
Give Liv Morgan a run. Let's have Liv Morgan have a run.
Yeah, I'd say give her a few months.
But stop being happy to be their babyface because that doesn't work anymore.
Well, apparently she was a bit heelish in like some sort of promo she did afterwards, which I hadn't seen.
We're going to see the return of the man, Becky Lynch.
I don't know if we are. I don't know if we'll ever get the man again.
It won't be as good, but I think the crowd just wants to cheer it early. I mean, she'll be she goes up against Ronda, she'll be a massive babyface again.
Ronda needs to be a heel because she's not great on the mic. You don't need to be great on. You don't need to be great on the mic.
Fans. Yeah.
Yeah, Ronda does hate wrestling. And if you ever watch any of the UFC stuff, Ronda was the heel.
Yeah.
Because she was better than everyone and she knew she was better than everyone. And everyone loved it when she got beat. Was it Holly McCann who beat her?
Yeah.
Holly Holm.
Holly McCann's the scouser, isn't she? Yeah. Holly Holm was the one who beat her. And everyone was loving it that Rousey lost. Mm-hmm. So that's what she needs to do. She just needs to go out and destroy people. She needs to be the female, I would say Goldberg or Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Just be so pissed off.
Yeah.
Just kill people.
Her run this year has been terrible, hasn't it? Like, the first year, she was a big star.
Yeah.
Because like now, I don't think you could headline a pay-per-view with Ronda straight away. No. Like, it just feels like she's just another wrestler.
I think Triple H will book her very strong because he likes her, doesn't he?
And he booked Shayna Baszler. They're very, very strong.
Yeah, where's she? No, she injured, actually.
I don't know.
Because if you bring in the women's tag team titles back,
yes, good way to do it.
Stick them on them too. To fuck everyone up.
Just have Rousey go against a few jobbers and just put her in the armbar and let's have Rousey breaking arms.
Yeah.
Match is finished. They've tapped out. Let's just have a breaking arms because she's just so pissed off at WWE because she feels like unjust that she's lost the
I'm annoyed
title.
that she didn't beat on Daivari. I thought that's the way it was going.
Why is Daivari gone out there?
He was getting right in the face. Yeah, and then so you have Shayna and Ronda win the tag team titles, and then they're celebrating, and then you hear "Had a dream," and then Sasha and Naomi come out and beat them in about 10 seconds to get the titles back between us.
No, absolutely not. No, Sasha Banks should never work for a company again. Unprofessional.
She's going back. She's going back. Or is she?
Right then, the next bit then. So Kane comes out and announces the attendance.
Didn't do star rating.
Oh, sorry, yeah, star rating for that last match.
1 star.
1 star. I was expecting a dud.
Yeah.
Kane comes out and announces the attendance. Didn't get the pop he thought he was going to get, I don't think. And then probably because of his horrendous policies.
It's in Tennessee though, isn't it? But yeah. I wonder what fucking Becky Lynch said to him backstage. I wonder if they interacted. I'd love to see that.
Don't know. And then Kane does his fireworks and leaves in a suit.
It was the most pointless part of the show. Just why did he have to do that?
Because it was Tennessee, wasn't it?
Yeah. Weird.
And then the main event, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Reigns comes out. This is a last man standing match. The Undisputed Universal title. Reigns comes out with him and the Usos, who then leave. He's in the ring, and then Lesnar comes out and goes back to where he came from. There's a fucking tractor. Puts on his cowboy sleeveless shirt. Puts his cowboy hat on. Drives to the ring, and then jumps on top of the tractor and announces himself as a big ass country boy.
This is one of my favourite parts of the night. Just him on top of the tractor.
He was just loving it though, wasn't he? He loved every minute of it.
He was really leaning into this cowboy gimmick, wasn't he? But
100%.
Yeah.
Loves it. He's a big fanboy, isn't he? He grew up on a farm. He lives on a farm now, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he's a hunter.
He's the male Sarah Logan.
Yeah. The only thing that would have made it better would be if like the Wurzels was his theme tune. You know, he comes out and there's he's doing his do, and then he gets into his, and it's like, well, I've got a combine Irish, and that's on that with it. But the skill of driving down that ramp, because it was a bit of a dog leg, wasn't it?
Well, I saw it when he
took the tractor right through it.
I thought, why has he lifted the thingy up? And then because he wouldn't have got around the corner if he'd have had the scoop down.
He knows what he's doing, doesn't he?
Yeah, he is a big country boy. So then he's announced himself on the tractor. He jumps from that onto Reigns and then start fighting. This match was 22 minutes. Absolute fucking chaos. A lot of fighting. A lot of tables being used. Well, 2 tables being used. Lesnar's someone dropped through a table after him and distracts him. Which cuts his arm or his back. There was a bit of blood, wasn't there? There's another table which I missed because I was doing something in the kitchen. But then Lesnar uses pieces of the table. I've never seen anybody do this. He basically puts Reigns through the table again.
Yeah.
And then he just picked one up and just smashed him in the head with it. It looked vicious because why wouldn't you use these bits? Because it's still
not the most vicious thing in this match, though, for me.
No, we'll get there, Peters.
I think you know what I'm on about.
He then puts Reigns in the tractor, and then dumps him in the ring.
Dumps him out.
Yeah, that was a bit shit on it.
I genuinely thought.
No, because just the way he dropped him, it looked like he was going to drop from a massive height, and then you gently put him down. Really, I see what they were going for. It's pretty cool, but it's not very good.
Yeah, I genuinely thought at this point he was going to tip him into the ring and put it on top of him so he couldn't get out.
Yeah, I thought that as well.
I thought he was going to fancy the finish, actually.
Like put the scoop on top of it.
Yeah.
Like
Rock and Man can't.
Yes, with a forklift.
I thought that's where we're going.
Which is in the archives if you want to listen to it.
Yeah, we've covered that one. He dumps him out. He then Reigns in the ring. Lesnar lifts the ring up with the track. Well, he shoves the ring first, doesn't he? The ref really falls out.
That's pretty impressive.
Just a question. How pissed would you be if you'd spent hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars for ringside seats and then you were not able to see anything for the rest of the match?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I dread to think how bad it must have been.
What they should have done is they should have put the little TVs under the ring, like the ones. Like, so when they lifted it up, there's a TV there. So
yeah, because that was camera side as well, wasn't it? Yeah. So they would have paid even more to be in them seats.
Oh, that was the premium seats behind that. Yeah. And they just couldn't see a fucking thing.
Do you want to know what I thought was going to happen? I thought somehow he was going to flip the ring upside down Don't know how the fuck he was going to do it, but genuinely, when he started messing about, even like at the start of the match, I thought he was going to flip the ring entirely.
I could tell something was going to happen with the ring because they didn't have the LED boards that did they? It was the old.
You said the ring was breaking.
I said immediately, didn't I? I was like, I thought, and I'm glad they didn't. I thought they were going to do the classic superplex ring collapse.
Yeah.
Did you know, like earlier in the match when they got out into the crowd, right? Did any of you notice like the 50-year-old virgin who doesn't get up from his seat and taking selfies? He's made himself look like a right knob.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, I know. It's like he's just sat there and like this.
Yeah, like why? No one
taking
would do
selfie
that.
to the Skyrim.
Yeah. This is just the problem nowadays, though, with mobile phones.
Wrestling fans are all fucking losers.
You're there, you're in the moment. Put away your phone, just enjoy it.
But yeah, it's really easy to watch things through your phone, isn't it? I try and keep my phone down to watch it myself because I can see it on TV again. I don't need it on my phone, do I?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Like when we go to Clash at the Castle, I'll take a picture when we get in, but I'll probably won't take a picture again, like during the event, because I just want to see it.
I'm going to vlog the whole. I'm going to vlog the whole thing.
What a dick!
I'm wearing a GoPro.
I was just about to say, you're going to wear GoPro. We're going to do the whole weekend.
I'm going to do that.
Strap it to your chest.
Francis spoke for laughing. I'm going to do it like so. You just see my reaction cam the entire time.
But I thought the ring was going to be flipped because I thought he was going to lift it up, pull it, drive back, so it doesn't obviously just flip onto the crowd and kill everyone, and then lift it onto its side and then drive into it.
Health and safety, though, if it had gone wrong.
I mean, let's be honest, health and safety pretty much went out the fucking window anyway when it lifted the goddamn ring up. So.
Yeah, imagine health and safety executive trying to tell Lesnar not what to do. Really fucking jacked up out.
That health and safety executive would have suffered Paul Heyman's fit.
Well, we'll get there. So the ring's been lifted up. Reigns falls out of the ring. The Usos then come out to sort of like level it. Lesnar gets rid of them. And then Heyman's great. Heyman gives him the title and says, "Like, just leave him. Leave him alone.
I've got a wife and kids to feed. One on his money."
Yeah, and then Lesnar F5s him through the announce table.
God, yeah. He never gets physical at all, does he?
No. Fair play.
That was amazing, yeah.
He obviously trusts Lesnar to do it.
And he sold it like a champ, or he was legitimately injured because he did not stop selling that for the rest of the night.
He didn't like that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Then Austin Theory came out.
This is the bit.
Reigns with the briefcase. Before he could cash in, he gets F5'd. I don't think it counts.
And then he's out for the rest of the night. So great booking. Your money in the bank holder.
It doesn't make Theory look great, but I loved afterwards where Reigns uses the briefcase on Lesnar, and then he just uses it on Theory. Like, oh, fuck you, Theory. Just hits him with. He wasn't even up, was he? He was still on the floor.
There's a brilliant picture that's just come up on my Twitter after this match. Brock Lesnar with his cowboy hat sitting in the corner of the ring that's lifted up.
Yeah, well, he goes after the match. He goes up there, doesn't he?
He actually put on the top rope, didn't he? Of the one that was lifted.
So Reigns does a load of spears and on Lesnar. Lesnar basically not staying down, so him and the Usos bury him underneath the announce table and everything. The Reigns gets on top, which must have really hurt Lesnar because all
you missed the thing that I was going to mention, the brutal bit.
What's the brutal bit?
Roman gets like speared or hit into the corner of the guardrail. He smacks the back of his head like right on the top of it. I thought he was going to be a bit cuckoo after that, but
there was some big bumps.
He seemed to shake it off, but you sort of heard it like smack, like proper go like that, and the back of his head. I thought it looked horrendous. Sounded worse as well.
So Reigns retains. I did like after this. I was serious for a second. Corey Graves was actually helping dig Lesnar out.
Oh, Michael Cole all the way through it.
Yeah,
but he was like, count faster, god damn it, just because he was worried for Lesnar's safety.
Michael Cole, incredible. It was incredible. And that was because I imagine that was natural, not for the love of mankind, because nobody would ever say that. But you would say count faster, wouldn't you?
It just added to the whole match, I thought.
To the drama.
Yeah.
A lot of people online, including our best friend JD from NY, he said this is Reigns and Lesnar's best ever match.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And the last ever match.
It's finished now. However, I know I think it is finished, but this feud for me, if they didn't do Hell in a Cell matches every week, would have been perfect for a Hell in a Cell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brock lists a Hell in a Cell with a track.
Oh my God, I was just going to say that, yeah. That's what we should have done.
It would have been perfect.
Imagine trying to set that up.
Reigns, Lesnar, Hell in a Cell. Keeps Heyman out, keeps
Usos
out, and it's just Reigns and Lesnar fighting.
Yeah.
Right. Can I address my controversial opinion that got me muted for the second mute, third mute, second?
Yeah, go on.
Right. I'm glad that we're not seeing Brock Roman anymore.
Oh, I forgot. I thought I was going to talk about Toy Story. Go on, continue.
No. It's still the last Toy Story. But I am a bit bored of Roman now. I'm just a bit bored of seeing him the same slimy thing every single match now, where the Usos come in, do their shtick, then he uses loads of weapons, and then he wins. Just a bit boring. I don't know if that's because it's always against Brock as well. I just want something else a little bit different.
Right, what we could do, right? Triple H, you're listening. Right.
Triple H, you go against him. I know you can't wrestle anymore, but come on. WrestleMania 32 rematch, that's what we all want.
What you do, Clash of the Castle. Clash of the Castle, Usos come out. Drew takes up his big sword and just slices them.
Drew just murders the Usos.
Yeah.
Oh,
Saucy issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Drew kidnaps him, sends him in a taxi to London, and they get locked in the Tower of London.
Even better.
And put their head on a spike.
Even better. You know, because I'm a big fan of Heavy Machinery.
What, the tag team?
No, no.
It's okay.
What you do is Usos on a forklift match.
I'd be all for that.
I like what you're saying about Tower of London appears, but I think we've seen a very similar thing happen with Alcatraz. But I think Drew McIntyre needs to spend a week in the Tower of London, and then leave that immediately before the pay-per-view
in Edinburgh Castle or something like that
for the match. But right, so we're saying Lesnar's out of the picture now. Who beats Reigns? Right, you're saying it has to be somebody new.
I think, I don't think it has. I don't think it has.
But let me counter argue that. So Brock Lesnar beat the streak.
Yeah,
agreed.
Brock Lesnar, in my opinion, has become one of the biggest stars.
Yeah, but he wasn't like so. Yeah, but
so if somebody does that to Reigns, who's already, this is why I don't think it needs to be. Somebody could put from a big star into a mega star.
And who beat Brock Lesnar? Drew McIntyre beat Brock Lesnar.
I think Drew McIntyre. I don't know if Clash of the Castle is the right place to do it, but I think Drew McIntyre
if Drew McIntyre is the person to end Roman's reign.
It can only happen at Clash of the Castle.
Yeah, it's the only place it can happen.
So, but I think if he does it, I think it will take Drew McIntyre from main event star to, we're talking, I don't know, I don't think he'll ever be as big as Cena, Rock or thingy, but we're above that. So your Triple H, your Kurt Angles.
To a Lesnar level.
Or maybe potentially Undertaker. Yeah, I think that's what needs to happen. And I think that's what will happen. I think if someone beats Reigns, it can be someone who's already done it, but it will push them to the next level. Depends
who it is. Randy Orton wastes time. Doesn't need it.
I think Drew does. I think Drew didn't get his moment, did he? And I would have loved to see him get his moment.
I could see it.
And because he's never had fans, has he ever been solidified as the guy?
Yeah. If it's not going to be Drew, then it needs to wait until
Sheamus 5:15.
Yeah, if it's not going to be Drew now, then I think you wait until after next year, like this time next year at least.
Yeah, and then you could have the 17 world champion Ric Flair.
Yeah, one final match.
See, that's what I think, because there's not many people you would say potentially out of the roster currently right now. You have McIntyre, potentially Lashley, but I think that's waning.
Where's the time? He's too old.
Well, how old is he?
46 now.
46.
We've also skipped over the best thing of the entire match.
What's the best thing of the entire
match?
Brock
Lesnar chucking in the ring announcements. Brock Lesnar chucking the mic and Roman Reigns just effortlessly catching it.
Yeah, it's not shown on the actual show, is it? But I've seen a clip of it afterwards, and it is it's like good. Just, he don't even move his hand, does he? Just jumps right in. Maybe it's a great throw from Lesnar. But yeah, you tell me why you think it needs to be somebody new?
Because it's been 2 years now, isn't it? It's a historic one. It's going to be like, it's going to be like Hogan being Iron Sheik or whatever, innit? Do you know what I mean? It's going to be a big. I know he's only had it a month because it's transitional, but do you know what I mean? It's going to be a big deal when it happens. I think if it's a waste of time, if it's just he held it for 2 years and lost it to Randy Orton or someone who's already established, I just don't think it has the same impact. You're not going to get this opportunity again for a long time, if ever.
Who then?
I don't know. Braun Breaker's the one that always comes to mind.
As I say, can you see anybody in the current roster who it could be?
No, but I don't think
who's not had a title. Then who's not had a title?
I don't know. I mean, it's fair. It could end up being Logan Paul, can it? But I would say I don't think you need to do it anytime now. I would give it another year. I'd have him beat. I don't know if they can get The The think they've got more chance of getting The and having gone completely, to be honest. If they can get The for WrestleMania Hollywood, then obviously Roman beats The because what's The going to do? The world title?
Yeah, pointless one.
And then go from there. So I wouldn't even be thinking about it. The only time I would be thinking about it would be with Drew. But at the same time, just split him up. Drew wins the WWE and he keeps the Universal. Which is not anyway, but I don't know what they're doing. They're treating it as one title.
And where, because there's one person we're forgetting about who was injured at the minute, Cody Rhodes. Where does Cody Rhodes?
Yeah, he's the one.
Do you do it with him?
He could do it. Yeah,
Cody Rhodes to make him a stratospheric star.
Yeah, he's another one. If they can't get The Rock and Cody's ready for WrestleMania, then I think Cody beats Roman at WrestleMania.
That would be outrageous, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And that would signal the start of the Triple H era.
Yeah, I completely 100% would not be against Drew winning because I just think it'd be a really cool moment. But I think you're doing it more for the moment than to establish someone.
Or is Triple H doing it to say, I'm in charge now, Roman Reigns was Vince's champion?
Yeah, but that'd be stupid, wouldn't it, I think? Because I think Roman's your most marketable wrestler and he's your best wrestler. He's the biggest star.
He's the biggest star, he's not the best wrestler.
Yeah. He's the most marketable star at the moment, isn't
he? Yeah. So that brings on to Brock Lesnar then. Are we saying Brock's finished now?
Yep.
Is he done?
No, I think he'll go back into some sort of part-time role again. I don't think we'll see him for a while on TV.
And where do we
he'll come back at WrestleMania or something.
Where do we see Brock Lesnar then? In terms of WWE overall or wrestling overall, because I think if you ask a lot of people, Brock Lesnar is not anybody's Mount Rushmore. Is WWE stars? Is Brock Lesnar on there?
I think he should be.
He's been the biggest star of the last 10 years.
Yeah, I think he should be on some Mount Rushmores.
Depends what your parameters are. If it's the last decade, then yeah.
Is it of this era, this modern? I don't know what they call it now. Do they? Whatever era it is.
Yeah.
Is Brock Lesnar the biggest star to come out with this? Well, Cena's not done anything for a good 5 years.
What era wrestling? What's your parameters here?
So you've got like your biggest stars of the Attitude Era is Rock and Austin, and then your biggest star of Ruthless Aggression was Cena. Your biggest star before Attitude Era was Hogan.
Yeah.
This era after the Ruthless Aggression era, I don't know what it's called.
PG era.
The PG era.
So the last like 10 years or so.
Yeah, so the Ruthless Aggression era definitively ended, didn't they? They went to PG.
Yeah.
That was that. Is Lesnar the biggest star of this era that we've just had? Are we going to go into a new era now with Triple H?
I would argue it's Rowan, but they're the top two out there, I think.
But Lesnar's done it, was there before though, and Lesnar gets a massive pop every time he does it. He was there before. He's a bit long. He's got longevity, but I think this era will be defined as the Roman Reigns era. It's had a 2-year title run. I don't think you can define it anywhere. But do we see Lesnar going in the Hall of Fame anytime soon?
No, I think he's still got a few years left in him.
I think he'd just be like almost use him like you use Goldberg, but I don't want to see him in any title matches anytime soon.
I don't want to see Lesnar lose though.
Well, he doesn't need to lose, does he? Just that. Do you know the Goldberg? I'm going to praise Ziggler here now, but that Goldberg match with Ziggler at SummerSlam. It must have been 2019, just before the pandemic, right? That was perfect. Perfect use of Goldberg for me. A bit of a tease that Ziggler could win and Goldberg just fucks him up, and then that's it. Everyone's seen Goldberg and they're happy. Yeah, there's a few little guys you could, because he has better matches with little guys, doesn't he? I know Finn Balor won't be bad. If someone like Johnny Gargano is coming back, then what a match he'd have with Brock.
As I say, if he's motivated, because he had a very good match with AJ Styles at Survivor Series. He had the same good match with newly healed Daniel Bryan, didn't he, at Survivor Series?
Finn Balor had a good match with him.
Yeah. So is it? I don't know. I think Brock is criminally underrated.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt, he's great. I just don't want to see him in a title picture anymore. Now. I'd like to see him in a storyline that does not involve the title.
Yeah, like when he came back.
I think you'll get that now anyway.
Yeah.
Who with then? Where next?
Now,
the Lashley? Lashley's
a
thing, isn't he? Lashley's been saying he wants to have a match with him.
But nice to see that match, wasn't it? There's no reason for it, but why not? Yeah.
They had a match, didn't they? Lashley and
Lesnar.
Lesnar.
At different times, weren't they?
Yeah, they did earlier in the year, didn't they? But
they had a match this year, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah. Lashley won, didn't he? Because Roman Reigns interfered. Was it a Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
Don't remember that.
Yeah. I think be good for Gunther to get a win over Lesnar before he goes on and challenges Roman. He's the one who could do it.
Gunter Lesnar. I'd like to see Randy Orton Lesnar again because I've not had that many matches and they've come from the same. The SummerSlam match they had like 6-7 years ago, whatever it was.
Yeah, that was weird.
Fun, but,
yeah, the way.
Have we ever had Lesnar versus Edge?
Would you trust Edge? Edge's health in Lesnar's hands if he's not feeling it.
It's his neck, innit? I think he would be that one against Edge.
Yeah, but I think Lesnar's a safe worker.
Yeah, he's a very safe worker in comparison to others.
Lesnar wrestled himself with what? He had a ridiculous injury, didn't he, Lesnar?
Yeah.
Didn't he wrestle? I can't remember. I was on Bruce Pritchard's podcast.
I don't think he's ever injured anyone, has he, Lesnar?
No, apart from Bob Holly. Yeah, that was because Bob Holly was being a dick.
It was his soul, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so he just dropped him on his head.
Just a fucking beast.
The biggest fuck you ever, just drop you on your head.
Lesnar will fuck you up. But yeah, I wonder what next then for Brock Lesnar. I guess we'll find out. We haven't done the Franklin Star rating for the final match.
Right, I'm going to Dave Meltzer it here right now. But whatever rating he gives is obviously going to be wrong. But I'm going to do a Dave Meltzer here and break the scale. And I'm going 6.5.
Yeah,
6. So he's not even broke the scale to go to 6 stars. He's got 6.5.
Yep, done it. Yeah. Like I said, I'm a sucker for the heavy machinery. Fucking Tractor was brilliant. It was just a solid match.
I would rather see
this is one of the best WWE matches probably in the last 5 years.
Yeah, I agree. I would rather see that.
Last man standing match, I would say.
I know these Kane and Jericho's is really good.
Yeah.
And Kane and Jericho and Triple H is
because they so managed to get loads of fall finishes into the last man standing, which I always think is really hard to do.
Roman Reigns so many was very good.
There was so many.
Was amazing as well because he just led you believe that you want going to happen every time. He's like, surely that's got to be it. Like, that must be.
How many 9.5 were there though?
Yeah. So good. Down completely on 8 and then up for 9.5. Yeah.
There we go then. Right then, thoughts on the pay-per-view as a whole. Where does this sit? Modern classic?
It's up there with one of the best ones of the year for me.
Don't think it's quite WrestleMania, but it's probably second best pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah, I think I'd put it above night 2 of WrestleMania, but not above night 1 was probably my favorite night of wrestling.
But
I watched. This just got a bit flat in the middle, I thought.
Yeah. And the second women's title match
slowed down a bit. And again, they do need to. I know it's not completely their fault; it's a Peacock thing, but they need to do something with the pacing of all the video packages.
Yeah, because you go from sort of having non-dirty to about 3 in a go.
You just feel like you're waiting like 10 minutes there sometimes for it to happen.
Yeah, well, I was because I saw it was 3 hours 45 minutes or something on it, and then I had 2 matches left. I already knew that there was 4 minutes and 23 minutes, but I had over an hour.
Yeah,
I'm thinking how. And there was the Rollins bit in between, but I'm thinking, how was this going to be an hour?
Yeah, but yeah, no, it was a really good night of wrestling.
Score out of 10 then, Terry Peters.
A solid 8.
Yeah, Aaron.
Yeah, I agree with Terry. Solid 8.
And Lou.
I'm gonna give it a 9.
I'm gonna join the consensus. Give it an 8. A very good opening to the Triple H era. Excited to see where he goes. It's very much like, I think it's Unforgiven 99 or 2000, where it's the pay-per-view after Russo just leaves. Must be 99. And basically, this is why they have a writing team now. It was on Bruce Pritchard's podcast. Russo just leaves, took all the stories with him. So they just has to finish feuds and stuff. I imagine this was very much like that.
Well, yeah, I think Clash is going to be the full Triple H show. because obviously he was kind of finishing off and trying to put to bed a lot of storylines. Obviously, you don't want to continue with. Clash is going to be a full trip show, so
I think
the perfect reset, wasn't it?
As I said earlier, this was the start of the reset. I don't think you'll see the full reset until Rumble, personally. That's when it will be, because that is when you can create all your WrestleMania storylines. But I think as an interim, now is the time to do it, to see who's working, who's not. Then at Rumble, he presses the full reset button and goes from there. He just sees the rest of the year out now. How many pay-per-views you got? Clash at the Castle, Saudi Arabia.
The announced Crown Jewel was there, wasn't it?
Survivor Series.
Got Extreme Rules, haven't you, in October as well?
So that's Extreme Rules after Clash of the Castle. So Clash of the Castle, Extreme Rules, Saudi Arabia, Survivor Series.
I think that's it.
And day one, I think day one's been announced.
Yeah.
So you got 5 pay-per-views. So he's got plenty of time to work with stuff and then see what's working, what's not. Obviously build up stuff at the Rumble, and then from the Rumble have his full on. That is when, to me, I think you will see the proper end of the Vince stuff. Like, because although the storylines aren't Vince storylines, it's the best for me. It's the perfect way to get the full fresh start where Vince is long gone. You know, it's safe that he isn't still in it and everything and hasn't got a hand on anything. And then he can build to his first ever WrestleMania from there.
I have one bit of advice, or one wish for Triple H's era. It would be bring back the proper brand split, but let's do it properly. Bring back single pay-per-views. Don't have them interact unless it's one of the big 4.
Cool. I'll just get rid of the gimmick pay-per-views for me. That's the one thing I want.
Yeah.
Hell in
the last one.
Yeah, just rename Armageddon.
I don't mind Extreme Rules as a gimmick pay-per-view though. And I don't mind Money in the Bank.
When it actually does have Extreme Rules, but they only have one Extreme Rules match now. It's rubbish, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, get rid of Hell in a Cell, get rid of TLC.
Yeah. Do rid of a takeover something like that. Just do something completely different.
Yeah.
Or just bring back all the old WCW ones. Or ECW ones now. There's an NXT Heatwave coming up, isn't there?
Is it? Oh,
yeah.
Very nice. Right then. That has been SummerSlam 2022. I don't know what we're doing next week. Have we got a plan for next week? What's the next show we're doing?
Well, I'm on holiday next week, so it's just you 3 gentlemen.
Where are you going? Anywhere nice?
Alaman.
Alaman. There you go.
Alaman.
Do you hear that? Wrestling around there. Terry Peters thinks the Alaman's better than you. So.
Yeah.
They do not have internet in the Alaman, Terry Peters.
Probably, but in the best.
One man on a bike, I imagine.
I think they're literally just starting to get fibre put in the capital.
Oh, that's good.
Right, so okay, I don't know what we're doing next week then, but it'll be a good episode.
Why don't we do Fully Loaded?
Oh, I wanted to do that.
Yeah, let's do Fully Loaded too.
Screw you.
Great pay-per-view.
Can we do some shite WCW pay?
We've not done WWF in ages, so I think it's about time we do that next week, I reckon.
Yeah.
And still what, the pay-per-view is only 2.5 hours long. Love that.
We can get back to WCW when Peters gets back. So.
Right,
yeah, so we can follow the journey together.
I'm holiday that week as well.
Last time we did WWF, you missed it when we did the Rocky Road, so...
Yeah, I did. I was getting pissed in the garden, wasn't I?
Well, there we go. Couldn't be asked.
Yeah.
That, to me, all I heard then was, I don't care about the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hates them. He hates women as well with Hooters t-shirt.
We all know what Lou hates as well, don't we? Have to play ball, guys.
Yeah, just beans.
Terry Peters, where can we find you?
You can find me Bell Nation everywhere. But not here next week.
He's not here next week. So join everyone listen. Tell your mates. Biggest episode of all time about Terry Peters. Aaron, where can we find you?
Yeah, on Twitch when work can get in the way. It's been about 3 weeks now. We'll try and make a comeback.
Can't wait for the return. It's going to be coming back with a bang.
It's going to be a big one.
It is. It's going to be huge. Lou, where can we find you?
Oh, you can find me at twitch.tv/Wrestleround on Wednesday with us for Wrestleround Slam. The Terryverse has opened its gates on it with the Skankverse.
Oh,
crashing. And then who's the Fed guy? The Pringles World Order.
There's the questions that need answers. We will find out on Wednesday. You can find us all at Wrestle Around everywhere. Google Wrestling Around. We are black and green. We're everywhere. Tell your friends. We're massive in Malaysia. Right then, Terry Peters, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Aaron, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Lou, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And Bob Roode, thank you for joining us.
Glorious.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. And join us next week for another episode of Wrestling Around.